What is good, Fin Nation? What's good? It's your boy Reason, and we're back here for another one, a special Sunday edition of Phinside the NFL. I was originally going to drop this on Friday night, but I just had some stuff pop up with the family, like you would have saw me mentioned in the community tab. But I gave y'all a fair warning that we were going to be getting it in tonight. We got some things I definitely want to go over before we get into the Jevon Holland preview, prospect preview. Some interesting tidbits that, surprisingly, not a lot of people have talked about. So, at least on YouTube. So, we'll get into that. That involves Jalen Waddle and Jalen Phillips in one. The Dolphins have signed a new offensive tackle. What else we got here? We got as well as an interesting tidbit in Barry Jackson's article that sounds like they've been listening to your boy Reason over there in Miami. So literally took words out of my mouth and put them to pen and put them to paper. So a little interesting tidbit that everyone and their mother tagged me in yesterday, but your boy had already seen it, and he appreciates being tagged in all of it and, being vindicated as being right. So you know how it is. But, yeah, we're going to give it about 20 minutes. I'll go over all this stuff. We'll give time for people to flood on in here, as well as I'll open it up after we're done the prospect preview on the boy Jevon Holland, which, man, I know you've heard me say this name a lot. As I went back and I clipped up a bunch of Jevon Holland's film, which I hadn't dived in for months because my stuff was done on him like time and time ago. It just was a steady reminder of how good Kayvon Thibodeaux is, the edge player coming out this year for Oregon. Man, that kid, that kid's got Myles Garrett like ceiling, I think. I expect big things from Kayvon Thibodeaux coming out of Oregon this year in terms of collegiate play. And then when he actually gets drafted, man, I know on Larry's stream yesterday, we were all talking about potentially, what they could do with the San Francisco 49ers pick. Well, if you let Ogba walk, if you let that homie Emmanuel Ogba walk, I'll tell you right now, the smart thing would be, if that San Francisco pick ends up being fairly high, I'd turn around and I'd invest it in a guy like Kayvon Thibodeaux right away, because that guy is an absolute game changer. And it was crazy because as you're watching all of this Jevon Holland film, there might be some clips where you see number 5 doing some things on the offensive line. Number 5 is Kayvon Thibodeaux. That kid is absolutely special, but it's going to be in the last half of the film because I go chronologically in terms of even games, but there's 10 highlights of 2018 film, and then there's 10 highlights of 2019 film from Jevon Holland. So you wouldn't see Kayvon Thibodeaux until the latter half, until highlights 11 to 20, basically, because he was not there in 2018. But man, this kid is so special. I'm telling you right now. What's good, Martin? How you doing? What's good, Roy? Lloyd G2, Nick Bleezy, Rhino Sith, Jeff Premont, Troy Hicks, J Fam, Troy Ortiz, Kieran Cap, Red Comet, Jose Valdez, Barry Brennan, K All Day, Chad, Yawa, Florida born, Kentucky grown, Elijah Scott, Jason Grisham, Barry, Tommy, Brinkley, Jeff Jude, DF, very tired of doing this. Gets me every time. Ricky Robinson, Tony V, Matthew Rankin, CB83, Bones, FSU baby, Jason. Hope everyone, Jeremy Childs, Logan, Irving, Timothy, the Raging Dolphins Maniac, Zico, Tribe, Shamar. Yeah, if you guys get a chance from 11 to 21, so from highlight 11 to 20, I know you'll be looking for number 8 on the field. How you doing, Robert? But see if you can pay attention and watch number 5, my boy Kayvon Thibodeaux. I'm telling you, this kid is very, very special. So it was just a reminder. Like I was seeing this, the guy's athleticism and closing speed is just so unreal. And while I was watching and clipping up Jevon, I caught myself in 2019 when I was going through the all 22. Pardon me. When I was going through the all 22, I found myself continuously getting locked in on number 5 and having to go back. I know I've been talking about Kayvon Thibodeaux I've been talking about him since I was on TD's channel. So before I even had this channel, I've been talking about Kayvon Thibodeaux because he's so bomb. He's so good. So yeah. Anyways, let's get into some news. Then we'll get into the prospect preview. I mean, because you already know what time it is. So we'll get into that and give it again another like 15 minutes or so. The news should take me there. And then after we do that, I'll open it up to you guys and we'll let you guys come on, give your thoughts on what you saw from what you hear from Jevon Holland. Also, I'm going to show you some very interesting newsworthy stuff, which I'm shocked people didn't go live and talk about this, man. I'm absolutely stunned that people let this slip through their cracks. But hey, that just means you're going to see it here first on Phinside, the NFL. That's for sure. Let me just get set up here. All right, so let's start off with some. Just some stuff that we're going to get out of the way here. A little tidbit that it's obviously newsworthy because the Dolphins signed a player, but it's nothing that's going to change the outcome of this video or your guys' day. That's for sure. So the Miami Dolphins have signed another tackle, guys. This time though, the Miami Dolphins have gone ahead and they've signed. Wait for it. I think I'm pronouncing his name right. Timon Parris, tackle. Now Timon, he was undrafted in 2018. He started off with the Washington football team in 2018 as an undrafted free agent. He was cut by the end of training camp in 2018, but then re-signed to the practice squad. He was on the active roster on December 21st, 2018. And he made his NFL debut on December 22nd, 2018. He was then waived in August of 2019 and was signed back to the practice squad. And then he was promoted to the active roster again in December 2019 after the Colts attempted to sign him off the Redskins practice squad. He played on in 3 games on special teams in 2019, and then he was eventually waived in 2020 by Washington. He was claimed by Atlanta on September 6, 2020, and then he was waived only 9 days later. That same year, on October 13, 2020, he was signed to the Cleveland Browns practice squad, and he was released under a month later on November 9th, 2020. And then he came back the very next month, December 1st, 2020, to the Washington football team, and then his practice squad contract with the team expired on January 18th, 2021. And again, we signed him on May 20th. And I know a lot of people are wondering, if you signed Timon Parris, is Puma on the way? So we can have Timon and Pumbaa, but it doesn't look like Pumbaa is getting signed by the Miami Dolphins. So there you go. Timon Parris, the latest. I don't see him being anything more than a camp body. But this also officially brings us, I believe, to 90 players. So we are now like at the cap, heading into training camp. So we'll see how it goes because they could definitely shed from a few places. But Timon Parris, the latest signing by the Miami Dolphins. Again, not much of a needle changer. But hey, it is what it is, right? Now, 2 more things we'll get into here before we get into the prospect preview. All right. So let's start off with where do I start? Which one do I start with? Because both are really, really good. All right. Let's start with reason being right. All right. So this is what went down. Now, not only have I been saying to all of you guys that Robert Hunt belongs at guard, what has reason been saying? That you're going to get Pro Bowl, all pro caliber play from Robert Hunt at guard, have I not? Been saying that since day one, then we drafted him, that you would get this. All right. So this came out on Friday night from Barry Jackson. It's a little 6-pack of Miami Dolphin notes. So here's the background on the Dolphins signing of Kay Loxley, the former UTEP quarterback who's transitioning to receiver. He had a good workout for the Dolphins this offseason, showing the ability to catch passes and run routes. And the Dolphins then had him throw a dozen passes. As is the case with Lynn Bowden Jr., the Dolphins envision Loxley as another player with the ability to play receiver, serve as an emergency third quarterback, and operate the Wildcat. We're told multiple teams drew comparisons between Loxley and Saints quarterback, running back, jack of all trades, Taysom Hill. Loxley is faster than Hill, but not as big. Loxley has worked with veteran coach Steve Calhoun on the nuances of playing receiver. Calhoun is a well-regarded quarterbacks and receivers coach who has tutored Chargers Pro Bowl receiver Keenan Allen, among others. It goes into some of his stats. It says he could make the practice squad if he impresses this summer, but with 13 receivers on the roster, the Baker's dozen, he faces an uphill climb to make the 53-man roster. I agree with that 100%. Among other Dolphin players who can play multiple positions, don't forget Malcolm Perry either. Though he will focus primarily on playing slot receiver this offseason, Perry has the ability to line up at running back or as a Wildcat quarterback. He's also working on his punt return skills. Perry had 9 catches for 92 yards and a touchdown as a rookie and ran 3 times for 5 yards. As it says, keep in mind that Perry completed 58 of passes for 1,311 yards at Navy with 10 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. He didn't throw a pass as a Dolphins rookie. Bowden, who got a lot of work at slot receiver late in the season, threw 38 passes at Kentucky with 3 touchdowns and 5 interceptions. He completed 1 of 2 passes for 32 yards as a Dolphins rookie. With the logjam at receiver, it's difficult to envision the Dolphins having room for both Lynn Bowden Jr. and Malcolm Perry on the 53. One, but not both. So Malcolm Perry, the writing could be on the wall. Perhaps both could stick if Miami jettisons Albert Wilson, Jakeem Grant, and Allen Hurns to keep 7 receivers. I doubt that. Out of those 3, Albert Wilson is going to make it over a guy like Malcolm Perry. It's just not going to happen. So, I think Malcolm Perry might be SOL. He might get snatched by another team if he goes to the practice squad. Is what it is. I don't think we're going to miss very much. Now, cheers on a Sunday night because it's a long weekend out here in Canada. We got tomorrow off, having a big barbecue, big family barbecue tomorrow. Let's get into another edition of Where Reason Was Right. Now, according to a source in direct contact with the team, the Dolphins believe Robert Hunt can be a Pro Bowl caliber guard, and that's one reason they're moving him from right tackle to right guard, even though he graded out well at right tackle during his final 6 weeks of the season. Point proven, people. Has reason not been saying this since the day we drafted him. Let me do the Hulk Hogan. Let me hear it. Have I not been saying this? Have I not? I'm glad they watched the show. I really do. Because your boy, there's other people who have agreed with me that he should be a guard. No one else out there has been saying that except moi. Period. All right. So I don't want to hear no nonsense. Oh, well, that's kind of obvious. No, that wasn't obvious. So, I mean, I'm just saying. It might be not so far-fetched to think your boy one day might end up in the scouting department of the Miami Dolphins, bro. But continuing on, Hunt was fine with his move from right tackle. So there you go. The Dolphins themselves believe he has a higher ceiling inside and a Pro Bowl / All Pro type of ceiling on the inside. Beautiful. And I had so many people because I believe a Twitter account, Dolphin Nation, a Twitter account, Dolphin Nation, took that quote and posted it out on Twitter. You know how many people tagged me in that? Like, you know how many people retweeted that and said, yo, reason was right. Da, 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 da. I'm just saying. Shout out to all of you for showing love. So, continuing on, the Dolphins now have $13.3 million in cap space with 4 draft picks still unsigned: Phillips, Holland, Eichenberg, and Hunter Long. With Thursday's edition of offensive tackle Timon Parris, the Dolphins are now at the 90-man roster limit for the first time this offseason. NFL Network analyst and former Chiefs general manager Scott Pioli picks the Dolphins as a team whose draft will catapult them from a non-playoff team to a playoff team in 2021. And I quote, "The Dolphins are going to be the team that last year was on the outside looking in to make it," he said. "They won 10 games last year. I look at their draft this year. The job Brian Flores and Chris Greer have done, drafting Jalen Waddle and Jalen Phillips, were outstanding additions. Liam Eichenberg and Hunter Long, what the Dolphins' edge is going to look like with those 2 players, Phillips and Eichenberg. This is a team that is going to be transformed because they now have so many more players that fit the mold and leadership style of Brian Flores." So the media, the pundits continue to love our draft, and they keep pushing that, this is an improved team. So, hey, gotta love it. All of a sudden, it feels odd to be darlings of some media outlets right now. I mean, after all these outlets spend so much time hating us, I know we'll never be the media darlings of the herd, but it just feels so beautiful yet so odd. And it goes on here. If you guys didn't see this announcement, Mike Gesicki is joining 11 other tight ends at the first tight end summit, an event organized by 3 current or former Pro Bowl tight ends, Travis Kelce, George Kittle, and Greg Olsen. It'll be held this summer in Nashville. Also committed to attend Darren Waller, TJ Hawkinson, Kyle Pitts, Mark Andrews, Robert Tonyan from Seattle, from Green Bay, my bad. Noah Fant, Zach Ertz, Cole Kmet, Jonnu Smith, Eric Ebron, and David Njoku. Wow. What a collective of tight ends. That's amazing. Shout out to Ennis Campbell for becoming the newest member. Appreciate you, homie, man. All I gotta say is that's amazing. Well, if you're a tight end, do not miss that. If you want to be a tight end, do not miss that. If you're an aspiring tight end and you live in the U.S., make sure you get your ass down to Nashville. Because I'm going to tell you right now, the gems and knowledge that is going to be dropped at that, you're not going to want to miss at all by any stretch of the imagination. All right. Now, before we get into this last story, because it is kind of a big one that not enough people are talking about, but your boy will, smash that like button. Subscribe if you have not. If you'd like to donate to the channel, paypal.me/Phinside. The PayPal link is also down below in the description. Become a Phinside the NFL patron. Patreon.com/Phinside Phinside, the NFL. As always, let's shout out each and every Patreon. Rhino Sith, Fake Spike 94, KA All Day, Ramon Casillas, Seth, Slim Pickens, Ricketic, Red Dino, Marino's Goat, your boy Trev, Josh, Jazza 803, Martin, Zoe Vegas, Cap for Life, the Arkham Elf, Irving, Drew Boo, The Show, Jawar, Jeff Jackson, My T Dolphin, Ben Glassford, Andre Villarreal, Cody, J Love T, Todd Labruto, the Enigmatic One, Chalk Vanilla Straw, Georgie Bohr, Florida born, Kentucky grown, Michael Rodriguez, Dennis Klassen, Philip LeDuc, Cody Patron, Tommy Flores, Ron Levy, Marino Ron, Anthony J. Marine, Brent Potvin, and Anthony. Remember, that's the only way you can become a mod of this channel is by joining the Patreon. If you have joined the Patreon and you haven't been modded yet, please hit me up. Let me know what your YouTube name is and your YouTube page link is, and I will go ahead and I will make you a mod. Appreciate each and every one of the Patrons. You guys help fund this, especially when these type of videos that I do, the prospects get demonetized like Jalen Phillips did. If you want to become a member, you see all these people with these cool badges that got all that are able to use these cool little pictures and emojis in the chat. That's if you that you have to be a member. There's multiple there's 4 different levels you can join to become a member. You can go ahead, you can look in below me next to subscribe. There should be a button that says join, and then in the description there is a direct link for you to join and become a member of the Phinside the NFL YouTube channel. And shout out to each and every one of the members that we have here. As usual, I gotta shout them out. Damian Deese, your boy Trev, MF Vince 1, Ricketic, Greg A, Seth, Drew Boo, Twizzle, Law 10442, Timothy Whiteman, Yawa Bulla, Bruce 1, Fox and Around, Dr. Draft, Timothy Sapinenza, Nico, Mighty Dolphin, Dolphin Sweden, Fake Spike 94, Jazz 803, Luke Sparkman, D Ray 91, Tilly, happy birthday to you, Tilly, Flips, Marcus 84, Ty Rhodes, Florida born, Kentucky grown, SC 42, Corn 72, Trap RNG Media, Cody Patron, The Show, Jonesy Fins Nation, Kevin Williams, Rhonda, Philip LeDuc, Zachary Harris, Dennis Klassen, Powerhouse, Daniel Galagos, Thundercleus, Clump, Birdman, William Bolesky, Cody Graham, 100 Ante, Ryan Bathgate, Ramon Casillas, Marino's Goat, Michael Simmons, Ron Levy, Chad Marchone, Todd Marine, Canadian Fin Gone Wild, BK2 Day, Barry Bailey, DC, Soa Poe, the homie Tyler, Richmond Webb, appreciate you, homie, Cap for Life, Furious, K All Day, Go to Valoa, Derek Huggins, Fred Rivera, Bleezy 38, Rhino Sith, Irving, Justo, Julian Gonzalez, Scorpion King, Fins Fan for Life, Jason Grisham, Chef Jude, Ty Jenkins, Quentin Riddle, Tony V, Robert Martin, Tony Usawa, Way 01, and Jose Valdez. Appreciate each and every one of the members of the channel. And let's get into this last piece of news. Just give me one. This is actually a big piece of news we're going to get into right here. And not enough people are out here talking about it. And we got a couple actually things to go over in regards to it. Because the Jacksonville Jaguars, they had a documentary about the draft come out. And it kind of verified something that not a lot of people believed in. And those that did were kind of worried that, oh my, like they really did that. So basically, if you remember, right after the draft, Ian Rappaport, he tweeted this out right here that I'm going to show y'all. All right. So if you remember, Ian Rappaport tweeted out the Dolphins get some skill for the QB, selecting Bama receiver Jalen Waddle, their second overall player behind Trevor Lawrence, a player with juice for Miami. Now, a lot of people did not believe that report that was a second overall player. You guys remember I went at that Monsoon guy from PFF when he kept going on about how he believes that it was Jamar Chase and we missed out on our guy, et cetera, et cetera. Well, I'm just saying, look what happened. This was ridiculous. And let's get into this, man. This is craziness. So basically, we're gonna start. We're gonna go across. We got a couple things over it. So this is what they're talking about. Here you see Shad Khan, the owner. He's putting the picks up here on the board. Now, if you look over here, you see Jalen Waddle, you see Jalen Phillips, you see Jevon Holland, right? Now, you see, get a better look here as they're putting more names up here, et cetera, right? You see it's there. Now, let's zoom in and let's show you guys exactly what that means. So, you guys are going to flip. Guys, if you look in closely here, they gave Jalen Waddle an 8.0. Now, this is the same grade the Jaguars gave to Trevor Lawrence. And they gave Jalen Phillips a 7.5. And you see Jevon Holland got a 6.8. Now, this grading scale only goes up to 8. This is not an out of 10 grading scale. You know, and they give Eichenberg a 6.8 as well. And on this grading scale, right, as we look into it, right, there's Eichenberg 6.8, Jevon Holland 6.8, 7.5, 8 for Waddle. Guys, this is basically what the scale means, all right? Eichenberg and Holland at a 6.8, that means a year one quality starter. Phillips at 7.5 on this grading scale, that means perennial all-pro player. All right. Waddle at number 8 basically means the perfect prospect. If you go back and you look at what they gave Trevor Lawrence got an 8. So what I'm going here is it really that far-fetched that the Dolphins had Waddle as their number 2 player? No, it's not. And just to show you guys a little bit more of what I'm talking about with this grading scale, I'm going to show you guys the exact grading scale that we're talking about here. This is your grading scale, right? Number 8. So this is what Waddle got, the perfect prospect. Performs at the highest levels the league has ever seen at his position. Possesses elite physical traits and skills, rare college production, very durable, and lives for the game. The grade is close to unattainable. Yet, the team that took Trevor Lawrence had him at an 8. So think about that for a sec. Now, Phillips, he had a 7.5. You go by this grading scale. Perennial all-pro talent, immediate high-impact starter who should emerge as a year one Pro Bowler with the ability to become one of the premier players in the NFL. He possesses superior traits and football character and will become a perennial all-pro. Like, wow, guys. Let that sink in for a sec. So the Dolphins did not whiff on their draft, as many people who didn't get their running back are trying to make it out to believe. Now, Eichenberg and Jevon Holland both got a 6.8. We go by this grading scale, that's right under Pro Bowl talent. That's a year one quality starter. Talented prospect with above average physical and positional traits in almost all areas. He's a likely rookie starter with expectations of becoming a good NFL starter who ranks in the top 10 at his position. So, yes, Nick, basically, according to this, all first 4 picks were first round quality. So now you get why so many people across so many different boards are in love with what we did in this draft. Again, guys, you look at this, then you take a step back, and again, you look at what they did with this. That's quality, guys. That is a quality get just based on another team's grading scale. I'm just saying, man. You know, let me just put it this way. Devontae Smith ain't getting no 8. Let me put it that way, all right? I'm just saying, I had Jalen Phillips as basically my edge 2. And like I've said, the only reason he was my edge 2 is because of the injuries, and I didn't know Azeez Ojulari at the time when I take my big board had the Indy Combine check results that he did. And I said, had Jalen Phillips not have the injuries, he had concern he'd be my number 1 edge. Well, shite. You look at Waddle. I've been telling y'all for quite some time, Waddle was my first wide receiver on my big board. And on top of that, I kept, probably about a month prior to the draft, I started hitting y'all with I think they're taking Waddle. So I'm just saying this is a huge, 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 huge piece of news that not enough people are talking about right now, because this shows that an insight of what happens in NFL war rooms, and this shows you that another team, the team at the top of the draft, coveted players just as much as we did. So huge, huge, huge. This should set Tua up so well. I'm just so excited. It was just further validation that we did in fact have a really good draft. Again, here is your chart. When you put those numbers up for people who are just getting in, that's huge stuff, man. That's huge stuff to see that they basically have Waddle graded out as the perfect prospect, and they have Jalen Phillips graded out as a perennial All-Pro. Absolutely huge stuff, man. So that's, yeah, Dr. Zeus, go back and listen to what I'm said. Context is everything. Use your ears, not your fingers to type. No one on YouTube was talking about this, bro. So quiet your mouth, use your ears. Appreciate you, Josh, to the $9.99 donation. Thanks for giving us great content on a Sunday, man. That's what I'm here for, bro. So and also look around, Dr. Zeus. How many people in this chat haven't seen this yet? Again, now use your eyes, not your fingers, right? Shh. Shh. People like you seem like you're the funnest at the party, right? Yeah. Thank you. Look at Rhino, all news to me. Well, there you go. Look at that. Not everyone has Twitter, right? And no other YouTuber was talking about this. I'm just saying. No other YouTuber. Well, I prefaced everything. You say no disrespect, but it just came off that way. Well, if you had listened to what I said when I started this, I said no other person on YouTube was talking about this. It's exactly what I said. Again, God gave you ears, use them. So, all right. Let's keep it rolling now. I want to get into the prospect preview of the homie Jevon Holland because it was absolutely beautiful. Again, raging Dolphins. There you go. I haven't seen this at all. You're welcome, bro. You're welcome. So, let's get into this prospect preview for Jevon Holland, because man, this player is very, very special. This player is very, very special. So, let's get into that. Yeah, Rhino, I want to know how Reason snuck into the Jags war room. Bro, I put on my invisible cloak and I walked in. You know what I mean? I walked in. I just said, "Yo, I'm here, boys." All right. Now, let's get into Jevon Holland because this stuff is good stuff, man. So, hopefully it's up to Dr. Zeus's standard. The homie Jevon Holland, the ball hawking safety on the hunt, man. So, let's get into this right now with Jevon Holland. Now, Jevon Holland is so versatile, and he was by far my favorite safety of this 2021 draft class because he's able to do so many things, and he's someone I'd been talking about since August. You can line him up as your single high safety. You can line him up in the box, in the slot, or out wide on the boundary. Holland has an extremely high processing level, which allows him to fit any coverage or alignment that he's asked of. He's a sure tackler, too, who is not afraid to lay the lumber on a receiver coming across his area, or a quarterback who scrambles for that matter. Even though he can blow up an offensive player, he's also a very sure tackler, showing good technique, and he wraps very well, even showing the ability to make ankle tackles when he has to. He's a true ball hawk with 9 interceptions over his first 2 seasons, 2018 and 2019, and another 12 pass breakups, as he can track a ball like no other safety that was in this 2021 draft class. Holland was the first Duck to lead Oregon in interceptions in back-to-back seasons since Jarius Byrd did it in 2006 and 2007, and we all saw how Bird's career played out as he was a 3-time Pro Bowler and 2-time All-Pro. Holland has really good recovery speed, which allows him to make up a step on a receiver that may be quicker or shiftier in their route running, making them harder to mirror from most, but not a guy like Jevon Holland. Those 9 interceptions from 2018 to 2019 were the third most in the FBS over that span. Holland was one of only 12 FBS players in 2019 to record at least 65 tackles and 4 interceptions as well. Holland is also a pretty good punt returner too, as he had 16 returns for 244 yards in 2019, once again displaying his ability to do so many things, something we all know this Dolphin staff covets so much. He's 6'1", 200 pounds with fluid hips. When he flips them, his change of direction ability is absolutely top tier, and he has great length to his frame. Holland's lateral quickness and sideline-to-sideline speed are very good as well. He has elite read and recognition skills, which allow him to be very impactful in the run game as well as the passing game when he's called upon, and sometimes looks as if he sees plays before they happen. He really is a more complete safety and player, in my opinion, than what Isaiah Simmons was coming out last year, because he's better suited for safety at the NFL than what Simmons was on his body frame alone. The instincts and football IQ Jevon Holland possesses cannot be stressed enough about how elite they are. Holland has field vision that makes you believe he sees the play before it happens and can read the quarterback's eyes as good as anyone in this draft class, maybe even better. His ability to make plays on the underneath passing game is probably going to lead Holland to being utilized in multiple roles this year in different sub packages. He plays well in traffic and has no issues shedding off blocks from linemen or tight ends that get to the second level. Not only does Jevon Holland have really good footwork, but his speed is nothing to be scoffed at, as his 4.46 40 at Oregon's Pro Day most definitely shows up on film when you're watching him. Holland also displays a quick short area burst, which allows him to break on throws with absolute ease. He also shows off the high football aptitude I spoke of earlier, with his ability to take great pursuit angles in open space, never taking himself out of the play. I think this and his ability as a ball hawk can be partially contributed to his time as a wide receiver in high school. He was actually a 1,000-yard receiver in high school. By having played the opposing position he sees the most, it gives him a great understanding of how to attack receivers either in the air or when the ball is in their hands. His willingness to fill gaps and be effective in the run game as well is what will help him be a 3-down player in the NFL with the Miami Dolphins. Holland is also a very good athlete overall, not a freak by any means, but his 4.14 shuttle, 35.5-inch vert, 10-foot 6-inch broad jump, 19 reps of 225 pounds, and his previously mentioned 4.4 640 are nothing to shake a stick at. Holland played a lot of zone and was very effective at it with Oregon. It will definitely be interesting to see how he performs in a more heavy man press scheme like the Miami Dolphins do like to deploy, but with his instincts, athleticism, and high football IQ, along with this coaching staff that specializes in secondary players, I think he will be an impact player immediately. That's exactly what he's going to have to be, though, an impact player from day one, not only because he was selected so highly at 36, but his arrival signaled and brought upon the end of Bobby McCain's tenure as a Miami Dolphin. Clearly, the staff sees Holland as the answer at free safety, but I have a hard time saying he will be pigeonholed to only that role, as his ability to be in the box and also at nickel corner are very good. He very well could be the Devin McCourty of this defensive secondary that is shifted around into different roles given the package being run that play. Jevon Holland will definitely help lower the amount of yards after the catch this defense will allow, as the Miami Dolphins give up 6.2 yards after the catch per reception in 2020, which was the worst in the NFL. He just offers you so much versatility, which is why I think Flores, Boyer, and company covet him so much. So why wouldn't they utilize it as much as possible? Now, will his main role be that single high role? Most likely, but I do think you'll see him in a variety of roles this year as a rookie as they get him acclimated to this defense. And really, he allows Flores and Boyer to be much more flexible with their diamond and ruby package, as Bobby McCain could really only offer them two roles: above average free safety or decent to good slot corner. I mean, you could have him as a single high or go too deep and have him patrol half of the field. The possibilities are endless with this type of player, which is why it's going to be very interesting to watch this year how Flores and Boyer use Holland, because he truly is the jack of all trades when it comes to being a secondary defender. When you add in everything we've talked about, Jevon Holland really looks like the final chess piece needed to be added to this defense in Miami, given that Brandon Jones is already waiting in the wings to replace Eric Rowe, making it seem like the future is in place at strong safety and free safety for this team. Holland was also someone I had tweeted out prior to day 2 of the draft, being as a player I'd like the Dolphins to draft. I really think not only will Jevon Holland's play and ability on the field lessen the sting of the Dolphins yet again missing out on the running back so many fans wanted, but he has the potential to be the best player of this draft if all the stars align correctly for the Dolphins. And the biggest steal, yes, even with Phillips on this team, a top 10 talent that fell to them at 18, Jevon Holland is that good. We also talk about prospects landing in the right environment with the right coaching staff, and ask yourself, is there a better secondary or better coach than Brian Flores for Holland to land to? I think you'd be hard-pressed to name one. Bringing a veteran like Jason McCourty in, who plays corner but has also taken reps at free safety too, will also help ease Holland into a smooth transition at the next level, as really no one knows the system better than McCourty, as he comes from the root of his existence, New England, and what he can teach Holland will be invaluable. Holland is a player I've been talking about since last August, and though I don't like player comparisons, I compare him to Jamal Adams in the sense of how versatile of a defender Adams is. But the crazy thing is, if you compare Holland's pro day numbers to Adams' combine results, Holland is a far better athlete. And think about that for a moment. A more athletic version of Jamal Adams, isn't that a scary thought? Especially being added to this defense and already stacked secondary. A lot of people were worried about this defense potentially regressing, but with the additions they've made to the front seven in free agency and the draft and the selection of Jevon Holland, which strengthens our biggest strength on this team, the secondary, I'm starting to think that this team isn't going to regress defensively, but instead progress. Holland said in a recent Zoom media session that what he did in college as a ball hawk doesn't matter because he hasn't learned to be that yet at the NFL level. But I really don't think it's going to take him a long time to get himself situated, which, considering we already have the best ball hawking corner in the NFL and Xavier Howard on this roster, adding a guy who could potentially become a true ball hawking safety is going to make airspace in this defense patrolled and locked down better than the airspace over the actual White House. Holland, he is a game changer, guys. You know, he's the highest drafted Canadian-born player in the history of the NFL, and I truly believe he will blossom and he will flourish on this team under our beloved coach, Brian Flores. And it's going to be a fun and exciting year for all of us to watch, and it's going to be a fun and exciting career that we watch unfold for Jevon Holland as a stalwart in this Miami Dolphins secondary. I really don't know if you could have made a better selection at 36 aside from the obvious running back selection. We talked about how the Jaguars gave him a 6.8 on the grading scale out of 8. And we know that the Miami Dolphins had Jevon Holland rated as their highest safety in this draft. So it might even have been higher than a 6.8 on the Dolphins draft board. All I know is when you look at this player, when you look at his ability, he is something special. I mean, look at how he broke on that route from that Anthony Gordon just threw there, and he takes it 19 yards all the way to the house. Jevon Holland is going to add another level to this secondary that a guy like Bobby McCain just could not add, as much as I know a lot of you guys loved the player. I mean, his ability to break on underneath routes or to stay with long developing routes and break them up like you're seeing here in the Oregon State game is second to none. This kid is very, very special, guys. And when you look at the future pairing of him and Brandon Jones, I'm telling you, in 2 to 3 years from now, we still might have the best secondary if Noah Igbenogany takes the leap we all expect him and hope he's going to eventually take. Guys, Jevon Holland is a game changer. He is a game breaker from the position. He can impact the run just as much as he can impact the pass. So be excited. Be happy. Consider yourself blessed that our secondary, which was the strength of our team, has gotten even stronger overnight. And I mean, look at this last play here. This is absolutely beautiful as he lays the body out going for it. And that Utah receiver was helped off the field, guys. Just saying. And Jevon Holland got up like he had just been brushed with the air. So, guys, Jevon Holland, he is the ball hawking safety on the hunt that we've been missing because Eric Rowe wasn't offering it. Bobby McCain wasn't offering it. But now we have found the guy who will be the stalwart of our safety position and the chess piece that was missing for Brian Flores and the Miami Dolphins defense. There ain't much more you can really say about a player like that. You guys have seen he can line up at nickel. He can line up in the box. He had some boundary reps. I mean, I gave you a fair share. There were some single high looks there. There were some box looks. There were some nickel looks. You guys saw firsthand in that highlight package of how he could play everywhere. And I'm telling you, he is going to be invaluable in this defense. The way he can be deployed, the way he can be used by this defensive coaching staff is going to be next level, guys. And it's easy to see why Brian Flores, Josh Boyer, and company fell so in love and were so quick to rush the card to the table after the top 3 running backs were gone, because a player like this is the cherry on top of the secondary in this defense. All right, guys. So shout out to EM Dolphin fan. How you doing, homie? Me and EM Dolphin fan, we're gonna have a show coming this week that you guys are gonna want to pay attention to. It's gonna be a little controversial. We're gonna be talking about some things that might not sit well with some Dolphin fans, because we're gonna be talking about a subject that no one's really talking about, and it needs to be addressed. And it's still early, but what we're going to talk about is definitely something that is going to pique your guys' interest. That show, EM Dolphin fan and Reason, will be coming this week, me and him one-on-one. Now, let's get to you good folks. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to drop that link for all of y'all to come up here, give your thoughts on what you saw from the homie Jevon Holland in the highlight package. I'm going to actually work on, for the Liam Eichenberg, I'm going to highlight the player so you guys can see it a little bit better, man. But I'm telling you, this player, I can't rave enough about how good of a player we got there at 36. It's just the guy's special, ladies and gentlemen. Martin, red comment. What's going on, boys?
Sup? What's going on, Reason?
So, Martin, I want to hear your thoughts. What did you think? Had you seen it? And what did you think about, again, how Jalen Waddle was rated by the Jacksonville Jaguars? Again, he was an 8, and Jalen Phillips was a 7.5. There's your chart. And then, when you look at the actual rating system and how it went down, I want to get your thoughts on this, bro.
Yeah. Special shout out to Josh Holtz, because that was the one that posted that on the Phinside, I believe. And when I was I usually click on Josh's posts just because he's one of my favorite writers on the Phinside. And when I seen, the Jaguars, I was like, why is he posting Jaguars? You know what I mean? But the Jaguars literally had a board where you can literally see who is graded where on their list. Yep. And for Jalen Waddle to be 8.0, and you saw when they picked Travis Etienne, and you saw an 8.0 next to Trevor Lawrence's name, that immediately struck me like, oh.
Yeah, Etienne was a 7.5, right? A 7 or 7.5.
He was a little lower, yeah. I think he was like a 7.0 or something like that.
Yeah.
But I was that immediately hit me like, oh, Waddle is that dude. You know what I mean? Like as far as obviously we went over his film, a number of times, and we see what we see as him as a football player, but just to get affirmation from other platforms and obviously a real, big board for the Jaguars war room, and you literally see it just like that, you got to say to yourself, okay, yeah, he might have been that high on the Dolphins board if it's like that on the Jaguars board too. So, I mean, yeah, still, bro, you got a couple of steals.
Did you notice that if you notice the Jaguars pitcher, they had a higher grade on Elijah Vera Tucker than they did on Zach Wilson?
Yes. Zach Wilson 7.0 as well, I think. And I mean, I the beholder, man. I've seen enough on Zach Wilson. I would have rated him like a 7.5 maybe. But they have their grades on who they see can transition to the NFL the best. And Jalen Waddle and Jalen Phillips, those are two premium players, man. And we got them on the roster, man. I was very happy to see, that from the Jaguars war room.
Yeah. What's good, Rhino Sith, Alfred, Z-Man, Josh Williams, Florida born, Kentucky Brown. How you guys doing?
What's going on?
What's up, fellas?
Great. Can I comment about the Waddle thing?
Yeah, go ahead.
Ever since like the draft, basically started, the two players that you and Larry been harping on the most said that probably can be like the best receiver is Jalen Waddle. So I want to, thumbs up to you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. He was on my. If you go back to October when I put out that video, top 25 players, Miami Dolphin fans should be watching. Jevon Holland and Jalen Waddle were in the top 10.
Wow.
Explosive playmaker. That's what we were lacking last year, and we really upgraded those two things right there with most of our picks. Well, our top 3 picks.
Yeah,
I want to hear. I want to hear Rhino's thoughts because Rhino said he hadn't seen that till today. So, Rhino, what did you think about the basic confirmation that, bro? That basically confirms. We all sat back. We're like, really? After that Ian Rappaport tweet came out, that the Dolphins had him as the number 2 player behind Trevor Lawrence. We're like, really? They had. Well, we knew he had him over Penei Sewell, obviously, but we're like, really? They had him over Kyle Pitts,
Right?
and that kind of confirms it, bro.
Yeah.
Well, for me, just sitting there digesting it, it just confirms they all pretty much talk to each other. They all pretty much have like opinions throughout the community, and they stray here or there a little bit. There's usually a consensus in the top 10 is the way I understand it.
Yeah. And
there's very few deviations. So I would be surprised if there wasn't more than 2 or 3 or maybe 4 boards that were opposite to that. So to me, it confirms the story 100%. That they did have Waddle behind Lawrence. So, I mean, kudos to everyone that believed that, and it kind of makes sense. I mean, the guy, he's short one. No, it's bad wording. He's short one thing, which is being tall. If he was 6 foot, he's top 3, unquestionable, no doubt about it, right?
Yeah.
He's just missing that one thing. But he's so fast. He can jump so high, and he's so physical at the ball, the point of the ball, attacking the ball. People don't give him enough credit for that. Like when you ask me to look at video, that's one of like the second or third thing I noticed with him. He is like you say all the time. He's a dog. That ball is his. Period. End of story. So it's just nice to see verification of our board to everyone else's board.
Hey Rhino,
you know,
were you surprised that Intel got out like that, bro? I had to, bro. I had to, bro. I'm sorry, I had to, bro.
It's very unusual, huh?
So, hey, Reason, great show.
So I got a question.
I appreciate it, Todd. Man, how you doing, bro?
Oh man, after watching that, I know it better be on his game because when X goes, when it's his time to leave, I could see him stepping in for the corner spot, a boundary corner. Because it's easier to replace a safety than a top-notch corner.
Have you seen the workout video, Reason?
Of Noah Benogany
and X?
Yeah.
Man, that Iggy, man, he is a specimen.
The one with JC Horn in it and everything?
Yeah.
Bro, JC Horn is a dog, bro.
Yeah.
That guy is going to be special. He's going to be better than Jeff Okudah was in year 1, bro.
I believe so. He's my dark horse for defensive rookie of the year.
Bro, he's so good, bro. And again, a guy I was banging the table is CB1 when everyone was talking about Farley and Surtain. I was saying, yo, it's JC, bro.
Yeah.
So
I got a question for you guys.
Go ahead.
Okay, so who do you think's gonna affect this team more day one, Waddle or Phillips?
Waddle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I would agree with that. I would agree with that.
But not by much. I think Phillips is going to dominate on the defensive side.
Yeah, Phillips is just going to take a couple games to get acclimated, bro.
Yeah. Well, one thing I'll say about Waddle is that, I've generally just watched a lot of SEC, and throughout my years of watching Alabama, when I saw that kid as a freshman. I said this on Larry's show like a while back. I knew that kid was going to be the best out of that, that receiving group of Judy Brooks and those guys. And people, like Reason said, people do not realize he came in a year after Devontae Smith and Jerry Jeudy and all that, right? So the thing is, Tua already had a year worth of chemistry with the other guys, right? So that's just hard to
what's the other thing they had,
especially
Josh?
with them out,
What's the other thing they had, Josh? You got to remember this. Another thing, and I brought this up before. What did they have that Jalen Waddle didn't have when it came to the coaching staff?
Trust.
trust.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because they had won
yeah.
they had won a national championship,
Mm-hmm.
and Devontae Smith showed up in the biggest moment possible.
Mm-hmm.
Think about
Right,
this,
so-
though. Think about this. If Jalen Waddle would have came back this year with Bryce Young, guys, I'm telling you, like the numbers that Devontae Smith put up would have definitely been shattered. If Jalen Waddle would have came back, we would have had no chance at picking this guy up. You know, so we were blessed and fortunate to be able to get this guy because
They would have got him at
he
3.
may say it's different, but we got the best receiver in the draft, in my opinion.
They would have got him at 3. They just wouldn't have been able to trade back.
No, I'm saying if he came out next year, like say if he went back this year and he played with Bryce Young, like oh my God, this guy would have been tearing the SEC up, and we would have had no chance at getting him. So we got lucky 2 years in a row getting Tua and then getting Jalen Waddle. So people sleeping on this man's ability and talent, but like we just got one of the biggest steals in the draft in that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Are you a Bryce Young fan?
Yes, I love the guy's game, man. Like coming out of high school, this guy had a ton of responsibility on him in modern day, where you know he was playing against some of the top tier talent out there in California, like DJ Ugalele from Bosco, and the guy, you know, in high school he got to a point where he could call a lot of his plays. You know, he wasn't relying on the OCs to, you know, feed him information. You know, he's very cerebral. You look at his skill set and his talent, like he's very accurate. He has a very good release. He's mobile. Like this kid has pretty much everything that you would like to see in a young quarterback, especially the poise. You know, he's just a little bit smaller. I think he's around 5'10", probably 180 or something like that. So his size may concern people, but I mean, as far as like his game mentally and you know physically, I think this kid is going to do great.
I wasn't blown away by him in that inter-squad game you guys had. Alabama had a couple weeks ago, last month or whatever. He looked okay.
I think he still has some nerves. But
he didn't blow me away though. That's for sure. He didn't look like he's the second coming of Tua.
Nah,
he'll definitely take you know, it's going to take him maybe 2 or 3 games to, you know, get comfortable and everything because there's been a lot of turnover. You know, you look at, you know, every year they're going from different OCs. They're going from, you know, different coaches and all that. So I think that's kind of like, you know, affecting him a little bit. But all he needs is just, you know, get a couple of games and just get to establish himself.
Now they got Miami Dolphins legend Bill O'Brien as a
Hey, you know what I'm impressed with Waddle though is you see a lot of receivers come out with that speed in the past, but none of them have the hands. It's almost like they run so hard they have trouble actually concentrating and catching the ball.
Yeah,
he has perfect control. He has
sorry to interrupt.
control.
Sorry to interrupt, but what are we talking about?
Jalen Waddle. Jalen Waddle.
I just showed up. I don't know what the hell we're talking about.
Jalen Waddle being an 8.0 prospect out of 8.0 being the highest rated.
How's Battlefront, Pyro? Is it good?
And hey, Rhino,
I'm playing it right now.
Rhino, I hate to tell you this.
Your profile picture.
You know what I don't like?
See a lot of
This is my
Waddle.
Twitter handle, bro. It's my
Hold on a
Twitter.
second, hold on. Todd's trying to make a point. Let's go.
You're going to see I know Rhinos didn't want to see this, but you're going to see a lot of Waddle on special teams.
I agree.
Because even you heard when the coach said he's great at receiver and special teams.
Yeah, Todd, that's my point. I don't want to see it, but I think we're going to see a lot of it.
But you're going to see a lot of it in the beginning. They're going to act. That's how they're going to get him.
I think you're going to see him. I think you're going to see him more on punt returns than you're going to see him on kick return.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
More consequential. Punts are more consequential.
Put Albert on
Hey, Reason.
That makes me nervous.
Me too.
Go ahead, Z-Man.
You know what I don't like? His golf swing.
Yeah, I know it's brutal, bro. Thank God he plays football, bro.
His form needs work. His form needs work, man.
Yo, Rhino, should we show that video?
The workout or the golf?
No, not the
workout,
golf, bro.
The workout,
yeah.
But I think you should skip to where X shows up because X kind of arrives a little late. Because it's like a 13-minute video.
Yeah. What time does he show up at?
It's a little bit beyond half. If you skim with your little bar, you'll be able to see when he shows up. He's in a long black shirt.
You're talking about the when he was doing the little defensive drills.
Yeah, man.
The DB workouts.
I just want to say real quick.
Iggy made X look small, bro.
I just want to say real quick.
I said to EM, he looks like he's been working out with Kirk.
Man, bro.
I just want to say real quick. Hello, everybody. My name's Pyro.
Oh my god.
What's going on, son?
No, I forgot to introduce myself.
Hey,
what's
Pyro,
up,
Pyro, how did the tattoo removal go?
we're not going to talk about now. No more, man. No more.
Yeah, it's him in the long black.
Yeah, right here with the reds.
But listen to how X tries to give JC some advice, man. This is like this is wisdom, bro.
Valuable.
Let me know if you guys can hear it when I start it.
Yep.
They just get it confused when you win at the line. They be thinking, receiver can get upfield. Right. Automatically, yeah.
And one time I played the ball and grabbed it out of his hand. Like, they call it,
I think they call like 3 that game.
Yeah, they had to take me off him. I was like, bro, they gonna just.
All right, look. So we just finna work just some press techniques, and then we're gonna eye jump in there and give y'all a look. You know what I'm saying? Cut me off first.
This guy's a hell of a coach too, man. Details.
And that kid slide those, eh? Here you go.
They got boy Perry.
Too bad gonna get
cut. Come on, man.
Look at him.
Look, he's a monster,
jacked, bro.
Big boy.
I hope he's been working, man, because they're gonna throw him in his fire. They're gonna throw him in his fire, man.
I'm saying, bro. But now he look like he does like Kirk. I'm telling you now, if it wasn't from New Jersey on the names on their jerseys, I would get confused.
Y'all still
Noah said he's gonna make a big jump this year.
No, out here looking like Black 007, bro. Like shades on, shirt off.
Listen, Martin, real quick. I'm telling you, man, he having flashbacks of getting up those touchdowns.
Can you back that up, Reason?
What?
Can you back that up? That's really a really good point he's making on the video.
Because they know they're gonna get wider. That's what on the second rep, giving no gun. Giving no gun. So if you want to, some DBs go narrow because they know they're gonna get wider and wider. Shit, if you go narrow, you go 1, 2, nigga. By your second, third step, he gonna have to beat him if he going somewhere. Feel me? Some DBs get up there, shit, them niggas long enough, they can just go here and play from here. You know what I'm saying? Some get up there, they just tap it here. Just something to keep the feet active. You know what I'm saying? So you don't get stuck in the ground. So we're going right first.
So that way you're not caught flat-footed.
Hey, right.
Some good teaching going on, man.
Yeah, details, man.
Why is that important? Well,
is it just me or does it? X doesn't seem upset at all about his contract. He's out here being completely.
Man, X gonna get paid. Man.
Yeah, he cool. He cool as hell.
We chilling right now.
Look at him. What the hell, bro?
We'll kick it 45.
That's the guy. I think that's the guy that the Jets just drafted.
I might give you 1. I might give you 2. I might give you 1, 2.
Can we hire this guy as our quarterbacks coach? Cornerbacks coach. I'm telling you, man. Give him a contract.
I'm sure they're getting trading. I'm sure.
He's probably getting paid more with what
yeah,
he's doing
right exactly. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, Todd. He probably gets like legit bread doing it.
Yeah, that's true.
Here you go.
Look at his hands, man.
X is ridiculous, bro.
Yeah, bro.
God, that must hurt. That must hurt.
Yeah, like he just stopped you and stopped you.
Oh my god.
When JC earlier in the video was doing the ladder drill, I was in awe, bro.
Yeah,
me too. Yeah.
He's impressive.
I be feeling like
might be defensive rookie of the year.
I'm right here.
Stop it. It's gonna be Phillips.
No, you don't. You still like.
No, it's gonna be Holland.
You got to throw a perfect ass ball. Like you right here.
This is great advice.
You in his hip.
After this video, man, I love X so much more. It's immeasurable how valuable this guy is.
He's a leader, bro.
Yeah,
he's a leader. Period.
Okay.
Damn, we gotta lock him up.
He said, yeah.
He knows
Ain't gonna lie.
he's on a mission. X is on a mission this year.
Oh man, he got snubbed. He got snubbed for defensive player of the year, bro.
Oh, yeah.
20 interceptions.
They cost that boy a lot of money.
Hey, Reason, remember we were saying he'll never repeat last year? I think he might have a shot at repeating last year.
If that happens, he getting banked, bro.
You might as well have the gold jacket ready for him when he's done.
Why not?
Yeah.
Look at Noah.
I just don't want to see him in other colors.
Me either.
I wanted Rashad to retire a Dolphin. I mean, he ended up kind of retiring a Dolphin, but
Yeah.
I want X to retire a Dolphin, man.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely. I hope he stays and he goes to safety in like 3 years.
He's better than Surtain and Madison.
Absolutely.
Way better.
Absolutely. I remember Brandon Marshall talking about going up against him at Xavier Howard's rookie year.
Yeah.
And he was like, he's never got guarded that good before by any player. And Zay was a rookie that year.
Hey, guys, can you imagine if he never got hurt, how many picks he would have had by now?
Yeah. Yeah.
Bro, if he never had the knee injuries in Baylor,
Oh, God.
we wouldn't even have had a chance to draft him.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
true.
Hey, these college injuries are really blessing Miami.
I know, right?
And Reason, I know you saw those flashes in Baylor, man. When they switched in the corner.
The most he should inch back
Waddle,
is baby steals, bitch.
Howard, and anyone else?
There you go. That's the most you need to get. It's gonna be so
Tua.
hard to get around.
I mean, let's be real.
Ready?
If Tua never gets injured, he goes number one.
No on X. Woo!
That boy slapped his
That Iggy, bro. I'm telling you, though.
Yeah, we need to put.
He looks
we need
like
to
the
put Iggy.
freaking Terminator, bro.
He's got so much closing speed, man.
You know,
Nah, we
another
need
player.
to put Iggy at running back. I'm telling you now.
Oh, in motion.
You can't tell me he don't look like a running back.
Jammed up.
You know, another player they were talking about like that, how he was guarding really good in practice and stuff like that. Is Noah against the older players.
Hey, Reason, you could honestly, we're all talking about the best secondary in football this year. Usually, you could say one of the greatest. You could say one of the greatest of all time.
I wouldn't say that. You got to
calm down.
I was about to say, man, there's been a couple in history.
They ain't the Legion of Boom yet, bro. The Legion of Boom. The Legion of Boom took them to a Super Bowl.
Right.
No, I know, but I'm saying with what's coming up this year, if Holland drops back to safety and put balls out, and then you have
they got to basically take us to a Super Bowl like the Legion of Boom did.
Right.
And
but what I'm
His
saying,
defense
look at our
reminds
backups.
me of the Legion of Boom.
Look at our backups at the corner spot.
Yeah, Nick
We're
Needham.
stacked all the way back.
Yeah, I would say. Oh, go ahead, Parris.
Just real quick, I think the Legion of Boom, they're talented. Don't get me wrong. I think they also had that, Russell Wilson, Marshawn Lynch. That offense kind of kept them off the field. To catch their breath. I think because
but Russell wasn't the guy you see nowadays.
No, I was talking about. I was specifically.
I mean, the guy literally costed the Legion of Boom from going back to back.
I agree. I'm highlighting Marshawn Lynch more than Russell Wilson.
Right.
Yeah, Marshawn was that man.
I was just saying
the Legion of Boom was the Legion of Boom because all those penalties for hitting wasn't around at that time.
I mean, they were still flagging Cam Chancellor for his though, man.
Bro,
a couple times.
Chancellor used to kill people.
Bro,
he did.
Chancellor and
Earl Thomas
and Earl Thomas are one of the greatest safety duos of all time, bro.
I agree.
Then you got Richard Sherman out on the boundary. Like, what the hell is that, bro?
And they linebackers, were good in coverage.
Who was their other
Baron
corner?
Browning and they had
Byron Maxwell. Yeah.
No, Browning was a majority of it.
Oh, Brandon Browning. Yeah. Brandon Browning.
Had a resurgence in them couple years in Seattle.
You can also
be that.
You can't also sleep on their linebackers. They were good at coverage too, man.
Yeah, Bobby
That
Wagner and
speed, that
KJ Wright.
sideline, the sideline
Wagner, man.
speed.
Malcolm
I mean,
Smith.
every time they the offense try to get a rhythm by throwing the
But-
quick slant routes and stuff, they always close in. I noticed
But-
that. I said, God,
But Pyro,
They
that's why I kept re-emphasizing that 2013 Seahawks team is one of my favorites of all time, just because of how it was built, and just
It was
by
all built through the draft too, bro.
all through the draft, right? And I was just looking at like just randomly the 2006 San Diego Chargers when LT broke that touchdown record, right? And I just by trying to do my research, I was like, let me look at these last 3 drafts because that's how I normally, try to categorize a rebuilt team to where they're legit contenders. And I looked at the 04 draft, 05 draft, and 06 draft of the San Diego Chargers, and I was like, damn, bro, they have monsters, bro. Like I'm just saying the players that they drafted in those drafts, like Phillip Rivers, Michael Turner, like Nick Hardwick, Vincent
Gates,
Jackson,
Antonio Gates.
It was Sean
Man,
Merriman,
Gates too, bro.
Sean Phillips.
Gates, don't forget Gates, man.
Antonio Gates was a
He was undrafted, wasn't he?
undrafted
He was
free
undrafted.
agent.
He was
Yeah,
undrafted,
no
but I
fault.
was saying he wasn't like they ain't poach him out for another team. That was
Right.
you can kind of say that's part of the draft class.
But I'm just saying, as far as how you really build teams to be legit contenders, like once you get to those like 3 drafts, like even with the Dolphins, the 3 drafts we had 2019, 2020, and now this one most recently, bro, we got legit like I want to say like 12 starters out of these last 3 drafts, and obviously some pieces that were in place, but we have a whole slew of players that are young.
Said, right,
And
Martin?
Martin.
Flo said this is the base that we're moving forward with. We're either going to make noise or we're not going to make noise with this base.
I'm just saying
And
we
Martin,
got it. We got
The
it right now.
foundation.
And Martin, real quick, man, and as fans, how many times through different regimes we always said, we always bang on the table, build through the draft. Stop paying these free agency,
Right.
all this money, the Sue contract, the Wallace contract. I like Wallace, but
even Brandon Marshall, I love Brandon Marshall as a player, but it wasn't enough to get us over that hump, bro. But
Martin, as a quarterback, with the type of pass rush Miami can put on them, how would you feel back there with that pass rush looking at that secondary?
I would honestly, the number one thing I would try to do is run the ball as much as possible so I can wear them down early. It's literally going to be like in order to move the ball against this Miami defense, because they have so many weapons at their disposal to unleash on you as a pass rush group. You have to run the ball early, and you have to like just throw the ball. Like you have to get the ball out of your hands quickly, like bubbles, but like bubbles, screens.
Don't say bubble screen. Don't say that.
Now, well, I'm not trying to give away like a game plan to like to beat the Dolphins defense.
I'm having nightmares of Chan Gailey, bro.
Waddle runs good bubble screens, bro.
For real.
But honestly, this defense is terrifying as far as that front 7, I want to say, and even the back 4 is going to be eaten, bro. Like I don't know.
Pyro, you're not going to be watching bubble screen from the 5-yard line trying to score. Okay, we're not going to see that. But
Lord.
No. You know what the crazy thing is, Martin? This is what the crazy thing is, bro. Tua is going to be going up against his defense, bro.
It's going to make him that much better.
And iron sharpens iron, bro.
Yes.
And I don't.
Hold on a sec.
It's really his second year in the defense.
Hey, Cisco, how about those Boston Bruins took your Capitals out tonight, huh?
Lord.
Peace.
Lord.
Ovechkin's packing his bags right now for the KHL. Anyways, let's continue.
Ouch.
Wow.
This really Tua's second year going against the defense, so he might even be better.
But Z-Man,
it
got better though. The defense got even better.
Yeah, it did. But he got better too. We can't forget about that.
Yeah, he got weapons. Yeah, you're right.
Well, what I think is, if this offense performs to a high level this year, that's going to make the defense even play to a higher level than what they did last year, because they feed off of that momentum. If the offense out there clicking, making plays off the turnovers they get, then they're going to be more hungry to go out there and, replicate that. So I think if we can get everything right on offense, then we are going to be a dangerous team this year.
Hey,
Yes.
Pyro, you want to know why
What's
the
up?
defense is going to get even better too? Because the offense is more simplistic to what going on in the NFL now. So they're going to see a lot more things that they didn't see with going against a Chan Gailey's offense.
You wanna know what?
Right.
Also,
What's
Z man, the players that we got. You got
Mhm.
Will Fuller. You got Waddle, whose quickness got the quickness and the speed to test Xavier and Byron Jones. And like Reason said, iron sharpens iron.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
what you think?
hey.
What you think? Xavier Howard is already freaking up elite, and
Pyro.
he's going against Waddle on a daily basis.
And
Come
Will
on,
Fuller.
bro.
Pyro, I was gonna say, don't forget Fuller.
And Preston. And
Yeah,
Carter.
I said Will Fuller. I said Will Fuller, Preston.
Oh,
Well, Waddle's going to be going against your Needhams and Colemans, right?
Oh, he's going to
Yeah.
toast them.
Because they'll be putting him out of the slot.
We literally
I
have.
thought,
We literally,
he can play on the boundary. So
That's
I'm
no
just,
comp.
I'm
He
just
could.
trying to,
Yeah, but he's going to be mainly deployed right now because there's a logjam on the boundary.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we have such a plethora of like receiving targets that are unique at certain, like skill sets, as far as the receiving types, and we still have tight ends, bro. Like Jasicki is nice. Hunter Long is an upgrade. And even in the backfield, Miles Gaskin can even be a receiving threat for us as well. Like honestly, man, in my opinion, this year, as far as Miles Gaskin taking his jump, he might be flirting with it like a Thurman Thomas, Warwick Dunn type of season as far as how we're going to be, using him as a feature back. If he meets that standard, bro, I think this offense is going to do really well, man. Because again, I keep reemphasizing Tua is best when we got a good running game, bro. And if Gaskin stays healthy, I mean, sky's the limit, man.
Mm-hmm.
well, hey guys, I gotta be up at 4 a.m. for my first job. So
Okay, Todd.
Oh man,
I do
Hey, so-
lift now. I do lift now in the morning and my security in the afternoon tomorrow. So
yes, sir.
Have a good day, bro.
Hey, salute, Todd.
hey, you all have a great night. Reason, keep it up, man. Great show.
I appreciate you, bro.
Salute,
Have a
Todd.
good one.
Peace,
Stay
Todd.
safe, man. Stay
Take
safe.
care.
You too, man.
Can you imagine if Jason Taylor, like, in his prime in this defense right now?
We might have him.
All right, I was gonna say that.
I mean,
I was about to
it's
say
a lot
he
of
might
pressure
be
to
in
put on
right
the
now.
kid, but you never know.
You know what? I would do even better. What if you had Zach Thomas in his prime in his defense? Holy that's honestly.
Yeah, to run around. Yeah.
Yeah, man. That boy. I'm just thinking right now. If we could have somehow just sneak away with Nick Bolton, I think his name was the linebacker from
Missouri. Yeah.
If we had
Kansas City got him.
well, I'm just saying if we would somehow just just sneak away with that, man, holy crap. This defense would be freaking I would honestly say it would be a Super Bowl contender, this defense, if we would have snuck away with him.
But let's see what we have in Bernardrick and Baker, bro. Like let's see how Baker responds.
We already know what we have.
We know we got.
Oh Lord,
we know what we got.
It's gonna be what can Landon Roberts take a step forward once he comes back from injury, and we're gonna see what Vince Beagle can do in this defense.
And don't forget, Roberts was my god, that boy can hit.
He was blowing everything
Beagle's
up
also
in the back.
coming back.
Yeah, man. I remember that Arizona when Arizona went for it on 4th and 1, I believe, and Roberts just blew that up.
I think they focused in on how they're going to use Baker, though. I think they have a plan, and I think they know what he can't do, right? So
we'll use him like I used him last year, and not more of an off-ball role,
or just use him as a tackling
quarterback.
That's the way he is.
What'd you say, Alfred?
Baker's going to be used mostly for rushing the quarterback because that's what he's good at.
For sure.
Like off-ball linebacker, which is exactly what I told them in my evaluation, in my film study last year of how you use the guy. And then they go out and they use him like I say to use him, and boom, he has arguably his best year.
Shout outs to him.
Shout outs to him. Preview.
Yeah.
And the Holland's coach speaks very highly of him. There was a newspaper article on Holland, and the coach was saying on
Holland,
Jevon Holland,
Holland.
I couldn't hear you.
The safety that we just got.
Yes,
he was talking about him, and he was also talking about the left tackle.
Oh, Lou Meichenberg?
No, the left tackle that Detroit got.
Perennial.
They were both on the same team.
My boy, who's actually, lo and behold, playing right tackle. Go figure.
How'd that happen?
Don't jump off the bridge. Reason, don't do it.
They saw the tape at the end of the year, bro. That was bad.
You know what's crazy? If Panay would have played last year, they probably would have had an equal grade on him as they did on Waddle.
Right.
Yeah, they would.
Maybe.
I think they would have moved Heaven Earth to get him.
What's up, fellas? How you doing?
Hey,
What's going on, Irving?
What's up, Irv?
Nothing much, man.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It kind of all these people I battled. Well, he's a left tackle. You can't shift him to right tackle. Well, he played right tackle in high school. Oh, well, that doesn't.
Both sides, it don't matter.
That doesn't matter. I'm like, bro, he was a guard recruit. He wasn't even a tackle recruit. And then all these people, and now where they got Taylor Decker in Detroit. So they're like, and did you see the war room when they selected Penei Sewell?
Yeah.
In Detroit, they were losing it, bro. They were
should be that way.
Jumping up and down.
You saw they won the Super Bowl.
Right.
The inside, they showed like inside the war room. I think the GM, bro, you should have seen it. He was like, "Oh fuck!" I was like, "God, Lee Campbell just."
I've been on Saturday report.
Campbell.
They won a yellow jacket. Is what they won.
They tried to move up. They tried to move up to 4.
Yeah.
But it was too costly to move up with Atlanta because they thought Cincinnati might take them.
I thought they tried to trade up for Jamar Chase.
No, they tried to trade up for Penei Sewell.
They want a gold jacket, bro. That's all I know.
Yeah, it was originally reported that they were trying to move up for Chase, and then it came out that no, it was Penei Sewell.
Oh, the Lions, you mean?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
A lot of guys had the Lions picking Waddle. That's the reason why Miami didn't trade down for the one spot.
Yeah. Hey, did you see the Jaguars had him at 8? Isn't 8 in the NFL grading system like generational talent or something?
Yeah,
perfect prospect.
That is. Or yeah, there you go. Damn, bro, that's crazy, man.
Yeah, I think Parris and Waddle would have eaten it up.
And I'm not trying to put too much pressure on this 2021 season, man. But again, just going back these last 3 years, as far as how we've drafted, how we've accumulated players. I mean, if I just go through this list of like the players that we've added on this roster, man, it's ridiculous, bro. I mean,
you know what's encouraging about watching Noah Igbenogany like that? People don't realize he needs to hit just as much as Tua needs to hit.
Absolutely.
You passed on Antoine Winfield, a position you ended up drafting this year with Holland, and you passed up on Jonathan Taylor, who was my running back 1, and it was clearly the cream of the crop last year. You passed up on all these running backs for Noah Igbenogany. Like, you need him to hit as much as you need Tua Tagovailoa to hit.
I agree.
Just like you need Austin Jackson to hit, because if Austin Jackson hit, next year we're going to be coming back and drafting another tackle.
Yeah, I think they'll all come through though.
To be fair, Eric Carr did keep getting pushed into Austin Jackson.
It was only like 3 or 4 times though.
Look, Austin Jackson was coming off an injury last year too.
Yeah,
but if you watch his tape at USC, the same problems he was getting hit with were the same problems on tape at USC. He couldn't handle guys coming across his face, and that's what Bradley Chubb did to him all game again in the Denver game.
Right, and I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt because his story out of USC as far as him, giving bone marrow to his sister, so.
Yeah, but he played before that, bro. Like, there's tape on him before that. There's a reason why he was my OT10. If you go back to my offensive tackle big board that year, he was my OT10 and he was my left tackle 5.
Yeah, but
bro, he's not going to be this guy's not going to be an all-pro player.
But they don't need him to
Yeah.
be. They just need to be serviceable.
Just solid because he's into
all we
his
need
front
him to
side. He's not the blind
But
side.
here's
All
the
we need him
thing.
to be is
At 18,
I know it's a bit of
At
a reach.
18,
average. Yeah.
At 18, bro, you could have taken Cesar Ruiz, locked down the center position. You could have came back at 26 instead of trading back for Noah, and you could have taken Austin Jackson anyways.
Man.
My thing is, I get what people are saying because I'm the one who's been saying that. Because that's where oncoming traffic comes from. Your quarterback who's left-handed sees that traffic coming. That's fine. But you spent the 18th pick on him.
Right.
Yeah. They're expecting a hit, man.
Yeah, small.
You could have had Caesar.
You didn't spend a second pick on him, bro.
Right.
Second round pick. You spent the 18th overall pick. I need better than average if I'm spending that high of draft capital on you.
Yeah.
And
by saying that,
especially they tried to trade up for Tristan Wirth. That's the whole reason why Tampa Bay traded up one spot was because we were trying to get up and get Wirth. And they settled on not overpaying. See, here's the thing. You didn't want to overpay to get Wirth, but you overpaid to get Liam Eichenberg. I don't know about that one, bro. That's kind of like Liam Eichenberg is in a position where Eichenberg has to hit like a first rounder, bro. You overpaid for him.
True.
No, and by that logic, I mean we could have had Cesar Ruiz and Tevin Jenkins, bro. Oh man.
They got to make it work, though, man. They got to make it work with what they got.
It is what it is, man. We got to work. Yeah, exactly, Brian. Yep.
I think it'll work out.
It is what
they solid.
Yeah,
players.
I think it's so. Yeah.
But again, I'm still glad that Tua. We have a quarterback like Tua that he works best as a passer from the pocket. Once he steps up into the pocket, makes reads, makes throws. He plays better that way. And again, bumping Robert Hunt into guard, moving Solomon Kinley back to left guard is going to help out, Tua a lot. Not saying that we want both tackles to kind of play at a specific or a certain type of level, but that at the very least the interior of the offensive line is going to be better, I believe. So that's good for Tua.
Yeah, like the only benefit Austin Jackson will have is Kinley will be next to him, and it was clearly obvious Kinley improved Austin Jackson's play.
Yeah,
right.
And that's good. That's good. Thumbs up.
There was an article on Friday or Saturday that he's trying to say that he wants to be more vicious this year. Jackson does.
Well, I thought we were gonna here. If you go back to my evaluation on him, I literally said he looks like Tarzan. He plays like Jane.
Did you hear what Austin Jackson?
Which was crazy because if you go to training camp last year, him and Raekwon had a battle where he took Raekwon's jersey from him. A lot of people forget that. He ripped Raekwon's jersey off of him. And I was like, oh, you can go back to the training camp reports I was doing when I was like super hyped about it. I was like, oh, okay, well, maybe he's not soft. And then he kind of went back to reverted.
It's in there somewhere. They just got to bring it out. It's in there somewhere.
Back to that soft serve Dairy Queen ice cream, bro.
It's the reason. Which is it? Is Leatherwood a bigger reach than Jackson, or is Jackson at that level? Rock asked that from the chat.
Let me just put it this way: I had second round grades on both of them.
You also got to consider the guy's age. He's very young. So he doesn't have all his muscles yet either.
Well, that's something I talked about in my evaluation last year. He doesn't have his quote unquote grown man strength.
I just think Hunt and Kinley at guard is going to affect this
But
offensive line.
You need technique with that position. You can't just rely on strength. That's why some people were down on Penei Sewell and put Slater over him, right? Because Sewell could kill you with his strength, right? And Sewell is 100 times, when you watch him, 100 times stronger than Jackson on tape. Way more of a mauler. So that's not his style, being a mauler, really. So we'll see. His biggest plus is his athleticism. He has what Robert Hunt didn't have. He's quicker into his kick slide than Robert Hunt was. Robert Hunt's slow into it. Robert Hunt didn't have the hip flexibility. Austin Jackson does. Austin Jackson has the lateral movement. Robert Hunt didn't. So They were like you wanted to blend them, basically. If you could take his athleticism with Robert Hunt's power and mean streak, you would have probably
the perfect tackle. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, reasons. Which way do you think Miami's trying to build their offensive line? Run or pass? Well, combination.
Looks like it's a power gap scheme. So it looks like they're trying to be a power run team. Look at the interior that they're building right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's clearly what's crazy is they've shown you that they have a prototype for the interior. They haven't really shown you they have a prototype for the tackle yet. Because Liam Eichenberg is totally different than what Austin Jackson is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Liam Eichenberg's a decent athlete, but he's very technically sound. Whereas Jackson is a very good athlete for his size, but his technique needs a lot of work.
Right.
But Eichenberg is not a quitter. He played one game with his one eye swollen.
I know.
Where he couldn't even see out of it.
I've seen the picture to nauseum too of that. It's football, bro. You better play through that shit.
I understand that, but what I'm getting at is he's not a wuss.
I think it's for like certain situations how they gonna use it. Like maybe they use Austin Jackson's side more for the screen since he's more athletic and all that stuff. And I know that's kind of like showing your hand a little bit.
If you watch Austin Jackson though, on the all 22 breakdowns they did last year, he gives up a lot too.
He could also be your pulling.
That's what I didn't like
tackle.
about him. I didn't like Austin Jackson giving up. Is you gotta
his
work
effort
on
was
that,
so-
buddy. Yeah, he doesn't have that high motor.
I mean, which side do you expect them to run on? The right side or the left?
I would personally be running on the interior.
Yeah.
And then the interior to the right.
Yes.
Okay,
because
that's
Eichenberg's way
that's what I'm
better
thinking.
in run sets than
Because if you're doing that, you're also going to keep the pass rush back off a little bit. If you keep running that way.
Barry asked, do I think Hunt is athletic enough to get out and block at the second level? I mean, he could do it in the Sun Belt Conference, but that's the Sun Belt Conference, bro. I don't.
What I'm trying to say is,
no, I'm talking to someone in the comments. He said he's not. You don't see him being overly effective at the second level in the NFL. So,
Did you hear what comment about Austin Jackson on Tua?
No.
Yeah, about the beard and stuff, and there's more bass in his voice.
His voice do sound a little deeper.
Lord.
What
I
are
mean,
you?
Okay. See, my thing is this is here with the Liam Eichenberg paid. A, you overpaid. B, you made it obvious known that it was a need. C, you passed on two potential perennial all pros, Pro Bowlers in Tevin Jenkins and Penei Sewell. You better get it right. No excuses. No excuses. You better get it right. And his arm do worry me because if you watched him at Notre Dame, he did have problems sometimes with guys that had length to their frame.
Their last resort might be Daniel Falele next year.
Yeah. From Minnesota.
That's a mountain playing right tackle, bro.
Bro, the guy's like,
really
what is he, like 6'9"?
6'9", 400 pounds.
Jesus Christ.
You know he's a former rugby player, right? He's from New Zealand, I'm pretty sure.
Reason I got to ask you this.
6'9"?
Hammer brought it up. There's some people talking about Coleman being our center.
No.
Why is that?
Oh.
Because I think they're going to try and develop him at tackle and guard.
Okay. That's what I thought. Mainly because of his size, right?
Yeah, he's a big boy. He's like 6'6", 6'7", too, isn't he?
Yeah. That's not exactly center material.
Yeah, I don't want that at center, bro.
Yeah, he's 6'8".
Super athletic.
That's what I thought too.
Backup right tackle.
He's going to become a problem for passing.
Yeah, the leverage game. Because if you're a center, right off the rip, you have a disadvantage in the leverage game. So, yeah, I don't know about that.
I don't either. There's a lot of talk about it. I'm like, what are people talking about? I didn't get it.
He's 6'7", 300 pounds.
Yeah, he's a tackle. He's a tackle, period.
Yeah, and he's developmental. I think actually that Robert Jones kid is further along than Coleman is right now. If you want my
I do too.
I agree.
I think he might make the team.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. At least he could definitely play guard for sure.
He'll
He's the one
probably
that got
battle it out
100.
with DJ Fluker and Jesse Davis.
$130,000 guaranteed. Yeah.
Yeah, so they have an investment there. So
True.
You look at all these moves. You didn't even need to make the Fluker move.
True.
Yeah,
Not bad though. I like it.
They just want depth, I believe.
Hey, read the tape. You say crazy reach on Holland. I wouldn't be talking about crazy reaches with Alex Leatherwood on your team, bro. All right. Shit. You guys define crazy reach, bro.
Oh my goodness.
Every draft, they just reach.
Can we talk about how they picked someone named El Diablo?
Who'd they take last year? Damon Arnett, right?
Yeah.
The corner. Oh my God! What a
They
terrible.
took Henry
selection.
Rose and Damon Arnett.
Oh my God! How's that Farrell pick working out?
Boy, need some group and grinder.
They got lucky. They got lucky hitting on Mason Crosby.
He's used to what he says.
Right.
Max Crosby.
Oh yeah, Max Crosby.
Max
Nothing but group and grinders.
But if you look at Max Crosby's athletic profile and production and size, he falls into that same tier that I was talking about with Jalen Phillips and stuff. So that was actually pretty good scouting on their part.
A reason. Let's say we do have that 49ers pick, but we miss out on Kayvon Thibodeau.
Don't say it. I want my boy Kayvon Thibodeau, bro.
I'm just gonna throw out one more prospect.
Starting that
though.
train. That's my train. I'm starting 2022, bro.
But how do you feel about Aiden Hutchinson from Michigan, man? Because every time I watch him, I'm impressed, bro.
Yeah, because there was even talk about he was eligible this year, wasn't he?
He was, but he went back. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because he wasn't gonna go very high if he went. I like him, bro. Hutchinson's a beast, bro. I like him, dude. Strong. He's like kind of a strong side player, right?
He's a tone setter. I like him,
bro. He's really good, man. But Kayvon is that dude, bro.
Oh yeah.
Kayvon is like Myles Garrett, bro.
I agree with you. He's an impactful edge rusher, bro.
Bro, oh my God! When I was clipping up that Jevon Holland stuff, bro, and when I got to the 2019 stuff, man, Thibodeau was just popping.
You guys got to keep in mind how bad they were last year, okay? And they only ended up with a number 12 pick, so they'd have to be even worse than that to get even in single digits.
Well,
against them.
If you start a rookie quarterback who everyone agrees is a 2-year project, you could you got a lot of feedback, Josh. You could be falling into hard times pretty quick, and all it takes are injuries.
Jimmy G. Another quarterback.
Well, they got Jimmy G. I guess they're fine with that.
I mean, they got.
You're only going to carry 2 on your roster, right? For game days.
They had 3 quarterbacks last year.
No, I'm talking about on game days. You're only carrying 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're going to carry Jimmy G and Trey Lance. That's probably why they did not have to bring another one in.
I believe San Francisco wants to sit Trey Lance as long as humanly possible.
Good.
They might want to treat this like
he might give you more than Jimmy
Mahomes.
He might give you more than Jimmy G. Good, sit him, bro.
Oh man.
And that running back group, as good as they are, they get banged up pretty easily because they're all little guys, right? Like Mozart and stuff. So,
Mostert, yeah.
We'll see. And that defense, they lost Richard Sherman, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yep.
He hasn't reported back to camp, or
he's just not on the team.
I think he's a free agent.
Yeah, did they draft the running back?
Yeah, they drafted Sermon. They're the ones who drafted
Trey Sermon, and Elijah Mitchell, yeah.
So they're loaded up running back, but they're hoping on Brandon Ayuk takes a leap forward this year.
He's good.
It'll be interesting to see. They're in a tough division too.
Yeah, especially with the Cardinals.
I like their receiving group though. Brandon Ayuk, Deebo Samuel, and George Kittle. That's a good little, a couple targets to kind of throw to, man.
Mm-hmm. Yo, raid the tape. Are you just out here like saying dumb
He's
shit?
trolling. He's trolling. Yeah, he's trolling.
Yeah, I'm about 3 seconds away.
Phillips sets the edge very well, bro. You're showing your colors that you don't watch tape, bro. So you might want to change your name. So yeah,
grinders, man.
I have time.
Grinders.
None of their divisional games are going to be easy for them either.
And the Packers.
Bro, we're gonna hand them their ass. Don't worry.
I wish it was
Week 3.
prime time.
Here, Derek Carr. Here's your ass on a silver platter, bro.
No,
Have
I'm
fun against
talking about
Arby's.
San Francisco's games. Division.
Oh.
We were talking about the picks for us getting a higher pick.
Yeah.
I'm not worried. All it takes is a couple. We saw what happened to them a couple years ago when they had injuries. Right, the year before their Super Bowl run, they had a plethora of injuries, and what happened? They were picking in the top 5.
Yeah,
that's the year they took Solomon Thomas. I'm pretty sure.
Please.
There's a reason why the Dolphins traded their pick.
Yeah.
Instead of San Francisco's pick to move back up, bro.
It would look so bad if they traded theirs. Like you have no confidence in your team, is what you're saying.
That could be a top 5 pick, man.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if the 49ers implode?
Yeah.
I would love it because
it happened last year.
Sitting at the top again, bro.
Listen, all I gotta say is you always. I'm talking about before every game.
It's too early, Pyro.
You gotta say. I know. I'm not gonna say it
every
but
Saturday.
I'm telling you, every time I say that shit, the Texans always know.
It had nothing to do with you, Pyro. It had nothing to do with you.
Oh, yes, it did.
Well, then you're not allowed to say it.
I'm telling you right now. If I didn't say that,
when I said
didn't
it,
say
that's
that, none of this stuff about Watson when it came out. Okay? Supernatural, baby. I got the powers.
Supernatural.
Hey, speaking of the Texans, did you guys see the? I don't know if you guys saw this in the chat, but did you guys read the Will Fuller article from Dolphins Wire?
Nah, what happened?
No, I'm just saying he was rated as the 9th best, most efficient pass catcher in the NFL. I think he ranked. He had 5 touchdowns. He led the NFL with 5 touchdowns off of go routes, and he was second in the NFL in receiving yards against press coverage. I think he had like 423 yards against press coverage, and it was just second to DK Metcalf, and I think it was the other one. What was the other one? Let's see.
Who we could have had instead of Josh Rosen, but here we are.
Hey, Josh Rosen helped us.
Man. Josh Rosen didn't help shit. I would take DK Metcalf over him every day of the week, bro.
All Josh Rosen did was left a big, huge fart after he left. I'm telling you, because look, now everybody, this whole fan base is still in this Rosen shit. Oh, but we didn't give Rosen. I'm like, oh, God, he's been gone. You just move on?
Yeah, they're the same ones I want to move off of 2 after 9 games. So they're hypocrites, bro. Oh, we didn't give Rosen a fair shake, but then they don't want to give a fair shake to Tua, bro.
And Tua has less of a sample size to judge off of.
And that sample size was better than anything Rosen's ever put out on the field, bro.
Rosen had a whole season in a better situation than Tua, because Tua was coming off of an injury, and his own offensive coordinator was against him. I mean, bro, Rosen's situation was his situation was way better than Tua's.
Why do you think since he's left us, he hasn't been able to get off a practice squad, bro?
Yeah, man.
He just lost the mojo, man. But
Oh,
go ahead, Herb. My fault.
No, I was just gonna finish off the last I was looking for, and then he had 125 receiving yards against Detroit in Week 12, and it was the second highest single game total posted by any player last season, only trailing behind Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
So,
I'm with you, Irv. Honestly, Will Fuller was pleasantly surprising last season compared to how he was early on in his career. He's been plagued by drops like his entire NFL career, and for him to be that efficient as a pass catcher last season, I was like, damn, okay, so he's gotten better. So now with him transitioning to this 1 year prove it type of deal, I want to see if he really made that jump and stayed there. you know, or potentially, you know, regressing back to, you know, drops here and drops there. If he can stay at that level, bro, we definitely got like, you know, a big steal in free agency with a Will Fuller, and then obviously
I think so.
Jalen Waddle to the mix. That'll just be nice, you know. So
I mean,
I'm with
he had
you.
he had an expected catch rate 63.1%, and his actual catch rate was 70.7%, and it was
good.
higher than that of Devontae Parker and Gesicki, who had 62%. I mean, 10% higher. I mean, dude, talk about upgrade, bro. I mean,
it was also the first season he was ever
number one
guy.
Right,
you know,
right.
True. It was the first time he was basically your X
one
guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
1A.
Yeah, and
he stayed healthy.
Finished,
right.
You're right. And he did stay healthy until that suspension. And if he would have played if he would have finished that 16-game season, he would have had maybe 1,200 yards, maybe 12 touchdowns. I mean, that's crazy, bro.
It's great. It's great production.
And then that's when they had Cooks, and they had Cooks on the, as the number 2. So I don't think he played the whole season though. But
that's why I'm saying this. I think our greatest strength on offense is going to be our receiving room, including the tight ends, because when you add these little pieces here and there, free agency and the draft, you're basically letting everybody know, hey man, y'all got to step up, or else, y'all gonna be sitting on the bench, because the drops were evident last year, man, and it wasn't just when Tua was in, it was even when Fitzpatrick was in. These guys had issues, as far as concentration drops during crucial times in games. So they it's put up or shut up with the receiving room this year, and I think they're all going to step up. To be honest, it's just a matter of who's going to get in certain situations in the game. So it's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah, man. Especially, down the stretch, you need a guy who
I gotta ask this question. Hold on. Yo, rate the tape. When was the last time your offense played us? Secondly, your offense has never played this defense, so you don't even know what you're talking about, bro. Go look at what our defense did to the elite passes that they faced last year. Go look at Mahomes' only multiple interception game came against us. We made Mahomes look pedestrian at times. What do you think we're gonna do to your boy Carr, bro?
Especially
I'll tell you what Carr's gonna do. Carr's gonna tell his boys on the sideline, start up my car so I can get in it and get out of town and away from the defense, bro.
And the offensive line is gonna be worse too.
Yeah,
right. That's
Rodney Hudson.
You don't even we just played y'all. When you didn't play us, you didn't play us last year.
Yeah. That was when Darren Waller. Yeah, Darren Waller had a game against Eric Rowe.
Waller beat Rowe, but what happened? Literally, other than Waller and a few plays from Aguilar, what happened?
It was.
But like Ballgame likes to say, did Waller score?
Hold on, no. Last I checked, didn't Fitzpatrick come in and beat you guys?
Bing.
Blindfolded.
With his head looking at his ass. With his head looking at his ass, he beat you.
Yeah, Derek, like Fitzpatrick with a face mask, a blatant face mask call, beat you guys.
Beat you on a dump off too.
Our special teams guy caught it.
I don't understand the cockiness. I really don't understand the cockiness.
CEO.
What do you think? What do you think's gonna do when you see this receiving core? You couldn't handle Bowden and Holland. You think you're gonna handle Fuller and Waddle, bro?
You know what's gonna be sweet.
Bro.
You know what's gonna be sweet about this game this year is that your fans is gonna be there live looking at that ass whooping. Boy, can't wait. I cannot wait.
I'm glad. Hey, I'm glad the Raiders uniforms are black, because y'all gonna have a funeral when we come see you week 3. That's all I know.
There we go.
Hey, when we beat the Raiders,
Who said that?
Yeah, that was Florida born.
You guys are talking to the ether. He does not exist anymore.
Hey, you think you can handle the left arm of God, bro?
I'm telling you. Look, it's going to be a completely different game.
Bro, they
this year
played
against the
nothing
Raiders.
but backups on our offense last year.
Yeah, I mean, say that
Like,
again.
look at our receiving core you guys had to deal with. And if Jakeem Grant had some semblance of a set of hands, we would have had a lot of more opportunities because their first downs wouldn't have been draw.
Yeah, this next game against the Raiders is going to be a completely ball game altogether, man. Like,
I can't wait.
Two is going
to
Two is going to be much more efficient. We're going to put Jevon Holland on Darren Waller to see how we can really utilize his skill set against those type of players. I don't think Derek Carr really knows what he's about to get into with that entire offensive line being completed.
I'll say this: Tua makes mistakes. He's human, but he rarely makes 2 mistakes in a row.
Right.
And he's going to go to that Raiders stadium. He's going to be all set.
Oh man,
it's just going to be
business.
Yeah,
it's revenge. Rhino is going to be revenge time for Tua once he steps back into Las Vegas, bro.
He remembers, bro.
It was embarrassing. Yeah, he was.
Also, these Raiders fans need to take note of. We don't have an incompetent offensive coordinator no more.
Right,
man.
Who
say that again?
Put the tight end on the freaking linebacker that can't cover a tight end.
Exactly. You're right. We're gonna
until his favorite quarterback got in the game. Come on now.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be a good game, bro. And trust me, I still like Derek Carr. Derek Carr is in my opinion, he's a top 15 quarterback in this league easily. The only thing is when healthy, the only thing is he's just had not so much luck as far as finishing games throughout his career, and I think that's mostly on coaching than it is him. So
I agree.
I mean, they're still a credible team as far as how can we beat the Las Vegas Raiders, but I still believe it's going to be a different game altogether this year because we're just better. We're more learned as far as a year under our belt. So I mean, Ray the tape just got to brace himself for reality, bro.
Yeah, you're gonna have a more confident Tua. You're gonna have a much better Tua, better shape. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. And again, it's not just all gonna be about Tua this game, bro. Like I'm telling y'all, man, Tua's gonna feed off of having playmakers around him and a defense that's gonna be so opportunistic as far as strip sacks and INTs and like it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun the first couple weeks of the season.
What did he say? Phillips can't blitz. What did he say? What he set the edge?
Yeah.
He clearly hasn't watched.
I think he's just trolling.
Ask Derek Carr how good Phillips is after the game. How about that? That's all I gotta say.
We gonna see. Phillips might be like, and I don't want to put this type of pressure on Jalen Phillips just because who knows, but Phillips as a rookie he can potentially be like a Lawrence Taylor as far as his impact as a rookie. You know what I mean? In this type of defense where you already have so many pieces in place of guys you have to kind of key on, whether it be Xavier, Byron, Raekwon, even Van Ginkel, you might need to plan against him because he's sneaky good at getting them early sacks. I'm just saying Jalen Phillips can have a potentially like major impactful year as a pass rusher and as a run defender, like how people forget how dominant Lawrence Taylor was coming out of UNC directly into the New York Giants defense. He took them to the playoffs after they had a drought for over a decade. You know what I mean? Like that's how impactful he was as a rookie. And I'm saying with the defense, how we already had them this past year, to add him as a piece in this already top 5 defense. It's like, come on, man. We can see the writing on the wall as far as what he could
Taylor
potentially
was the piece that changed the whole team.
He evolved the entire franchise just by one pick. So I'm just saying
that's true, bro.
Phillips has the potential of doing that because the defense is already borderline elite. So I'm just saying,
Yep.
100%, bro.
Yeah,
I agree. Man, we got a front seven. You can throw different looks
at
you, bro.
They like to do on the videotape of him.
Yeah. You got a talented front seven, deep front seven that can throw different looks at you, bro. And they all do everything well. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
With an
And
elite
again,
secondary behind them.
yes.
Well,
With an
don't
elite
forget,
secondary
though,
behind them.
Don't forget, though, last year, Raekwon Davis had a little adjustment period. The physicality of the difference between college and NFL. He may fall into that. I don't know. If he does, I don't think we should hold that against him. He may take a couple games, 3 games. But the talent's there, bro, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Bro, the defensive line is the least of my worries on the defense, bro. Like from edge to edge, all of those guys are impactful pieces. Like, I mean, just thinking about them, even rotational players, it's legit.
Just the front four, their ability just to generate pressure without the blitzing is just gonna help. And then just to add the linebacker blitzes on top of that is just gonna help the secondary as a whole. And once you get pressure the quarterback, he's not gonna have the time to throw. He's gonna panic and he's gonna throw, weird, awkward balls, and that's gonna turn into a lot of turnovers, bro.
And just to highlight what this episode is about, Jevon Holland, this kid, I don't know if y'all was watching the film as keenly as I was. I literally just stopped commenting. I put it into movie mode, just trying to watch that kid's highlight. That kid, Jevon Holland, is one of the most instinctual like defenders in the run and in the pass game. He just my comparison, he reminds me of like almost like an Ed Reed almost, as far as how he reacts to the football when it's in the air. Like he made so many plays, even the interception against the UCLA film that we just seen. The quarterback threw the ball, and literally I never seen a defensive back, especially a safety, go from like a stationary position and just immediately burst right into where that ball was thrown, and he literally scooped the ball off the ground for an interception. I was like, okay, that's elite. That's elite ball, ball reading, just jump the play. It's impressive. So like how you guys are saying, with this type of pass rush coming and just the front seven in general generating that type of pressure, that kid is one of the best coming out of college at reading and reacting to fluster quarterbacks. So like how you're saying, Irv, this interceptions might be a premium this year, man, when you talk about who's back there, navigating the last line of defense in Jevon Holland, bro. And we still can't forget Brandon Jones is still a vital piece of what we're going to use him.
You're going to have 4 people trying to run up each other on getting into seconds.
I don't get this whole, like
a bunch of hyenas.
I don't get this whole bias against Byron Jones not being a top 10 corner, bro. I mean,
it's because he don't put up sexy stats. That's why.
Yeah. It's simple.
Hey, he shuts down the half of the field, and Xavier Howard's getting near record picks. That's all. That's all I care.
Yeah, but it doesn't show up on your fantasy league, so.
Yeah, right.
Forget fantasy. I'm just saying, bro. I've still made up my mind that the teams that we're going to be going up against this year, the first 5-6 weeks, that's a gauntlet. The teams are all pretty much complete. The only thing left now is just how we're going to play these guys week by week, because good quarterback play, decent defenses, good coaching. The only thing is let's just go out there motivated to kind of prove the world wrong, man, because I already know Tua's out here with his hair on fire, bro. This dude ain't shaved in 3-4 months. He's been watching film, and we saw the guy, his trainer, talk about Tua has literally created a whole regimen to where he wakes up in the morning early, gets that workout in, gets into that field work, and then runs back home and watches film. When you do that, like robotically, you're literally training yourself to be an assassin. So I'm just interested to see how he responds to this training regimen from this offseason, bro, and see if it really
I'm telling
pays
you, bro.
dividends.
He's got that Tom Brady psycho competitiveness in him, bro.
I'm ready
I'm
for it,
telling
man.
you, bro. This kid is something else, bro.
I'm ready for it, and I'm also glad that Nalu, his dad, is not as it has not really been bearing down on Tua as much as he used to be, because people don't understand, man. When you're that obedient child, which Tua is pretty much known for, and which is why a lot of people play him a little bit, like in the media and stuff like that.
Yep.
When you literally just obey thy mother and father, because he's super religious, right? When you're like that, and then your dad allows you to say, or your dad says, you know what, Tua, you're a man now, go and grow, right?
And he's Samoan.
And Samoan culture, man, warriors pretty much. So
that's a rare trait these days, because most kids don't give a damn about their parents
at all.
No lie.
So he's got the Christianity and he's got the Samoan heritage he's dealing with. That's why he's so respectful.
Yeah, there's a rare discipline in Tua that I think is gonna really is gonna be more of a positive than a negative when it comes to what we're looking for in that franchise quarterback. So a lot of people don't believe that Tua's the guy, whether it be because he's not his own man, quote unquote, air quotes. But I'm just saying Tua's developing into something to really behold once it's all said and done. And I hope people taking notes, man, because like I said before, man, this kid is literally grooming himself into being one of the more tactician quarterbacks in the NFL. Period.
It's like we're watching a movie right now. Like everything
feels
just
like
unfolding.
That's what it feels like every day.
Yeah, every day.
It really does.
And I'm glad too, man, because again, so many people, man, a lot of doubt after that Buffalo Bills game.
Let's be honest, Martin. We've been lost at sea for 20 years, bro.
I'm with you. Yeah.
For real.
I'm with you. We've been trying to get it right. And I don't know who mentioned this the last time as far as how we've lost patience on the quarterback position. Ever since Dan Marino retired, bro, we've been playing catch up. Whatever, if Jimmy Johnson knew better, he would have been looking for Marino's replacement after he tore his ACL in 1994, I believe. I think that's when he
Achilles. His Achilles.
His Achilles. Yeah, his Achilles. My fault. But as soon as that happens, we're talking about 10 plus years into the league. As soon as that happens, as a front office, that's when you were supposed to be looking for the potential replacement for your Hall of Fame quarterback. They didn't take that approach. They were like, all right, Marino he's gonna recover, he's gonna come back, and it's gonna be flowers and sunshine and stuff. But
look, even when Marino left, they still didn't think he was gonna leave at that point.
Nah, I mean that blowout loss to the Jaguars was pretty much the writing on the wall, if you ask me.
What's his
in the playoff?
His neck just got worse and worse. I mean,
yeah, his body was just naturally deteriorating from playing 17 years in the NFL. That's the reality of that.
And that was at that era, very physical era too.
Yeah.
Rules, so.
But again, we've missed out so many times on quarterbacks, like how you're saying, Rhino, these last 20 years. We could talk about Aaron Rodgers, number 2 overall potential in 2005. We could talk about Drew Brees in free agency in 2006. Matt Ryan as the number 1 overall pick in 2008. Russell Wilson as a 2nd round pick in 2012. Honestly, that 2012 draft, but I know he went 3rd round, but I'm saying that the Dolphins would have drafted. My pick, 8th overall, would have been Luke Kuechly because he went 9th to the Panthers, and then I would have came back in round 2 with Russell Wilson, just based off of what I saw them as prospects.
How about redrafting Randy Moss?
Yeah,
we missed him too.
In 98. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of there's a lot of things that the Dolphins hindsight 2020 just missed on, man.
Russell Wilson.
Yes, but now
what makes the Russell Wilson what makes it Russell Wilson worse is that Tannenbaum said he wanted to take him, but his size is what scared him off.
That was so foolish.
We
Yeah.
also missed off on the guy that went to Arizona before. Trying to think of his name now because he's been gone for a while.
Arizona.
But who?
You said Arizona Cardinals?
Yeah, he went to the Cardinals.
What
Before,
year? Quarterback?
No, receiver.
Larry
guy was
Fitzgerald?
built like a shit brick house.
Anquan Bolden?
Yes. They were going to draft him, and they had an argument the day of the draft.
Oh, my God.
And they ended up drafting somebody else.
And this was Tannenbaum?
No, this was
Anquan Bolden was way before Tannenbaum.
Anquan Bolden was supposed to be drafted, and the guy who's now drafting for Minnesota wanted to draft him.
Spielman.
And he got overruled by somebody else at the time.
That's what I understand. We had Spielman here, and then he leaves, and he's actually a decent drafter of talent. It's just so annoying, man. I don't understand. Like we're the team where everyone learns their job. It's just.
I mean, we got Chris Green though. Is that Indian Burrow site, man? That
his job.
All Florida's is Indian burial site, bro.
I was about to say the whole state, pretty much.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a few of them right below me right now. They're everywhere.
Let me tell you.
But yeah,
it'll get better.
Talking about I'm figuring something out because I want to improve my film studies when I start getting back to them, and I want to like highlight players and stuff like that. So I'm just I'm figuring out which program I'm going to use right now. So
what program do you use?
I don't use a program. I used to take out, if you go back to my film studies when guys were squared, boxed off, I was literally screenshotting, putting it into a different program, marking them, and then instilling the pick right where I clipped it, and then letting it roll. But
Alfred's very knowledgeable of that too, Reason.
Yeah, there's a program called Clip Draw that they're now available for Mac that I want to use.
Yeah, I use Adobe Premiere.
Yeah, Adobe Premiere is like stupid expensive, right?
Well, that depends.
Oh, if you get
Right,
the cracked
Alfred?
version, the cracked version.
Excuse me? Yep.
What?
The cracked version.
Yeah.
Only way to go.
No, Clip Draw is like $49 for 6 months. So that's not bad.
Yeah, but all the professionals use Premiere. Not to say you're not professional. Don't get me wrong.
but for sports and stuff, they actually use a program called Coach Paint.
Coach Paint for the icons drawing stuff on the screen.
Yeah. Like
you use a Mac?
Yeah.
Why didn't you use an iMovie?
iMovie, you can't do that.
No?
No. All my videos are made in iMovie.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
guys who scuba dive with me, the guy who runs the trip, he runs his with iMovie, but he's got like a $20,000 video camera for underwater.
Ridiculous.
Reason.
Yo.
Who would win? Hoodie Tua or Beater Tua?
Like Beater Tua, like Thanos Tua? I don't know. Hoodie Tua seems like the silent assassin.
Yeah. Hoodie Tua
Assassin's Creed, right?
He
How about
looks
just Winnie Tua?
He looks thuggish, bro.
Oh, Jansen power. That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Hoodie to looks like a Sith Lord.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. Man.
Oh, that comment by Jansen's hilarious.
But I don't. What Phillips, what Holland's showing, man, is the potential's there, especially in this system. You put him on a different team, maybe he wouldn't have such a high ceiling. But you know, with Flores and
right,
I always forget the defensive coach's name. I'm sorry, the DC
and Bob McCain.
Oh, yeah. Boyer.
Yeah, with these two guys, man, and the potential for that guy is just so it's off the charts. Really, the system's going to love him.
I think it's gonna work out for both rookies, Rhino. Like
Phillips and
Phillips and Holland, because let's be real, man. Brian Flores is relatively a mad scientist when it comes to putting guys in the proper places on defense to just make an impactful play. He schemes up blitzes. Like probably the best at scheming up blitzes. He's the best at disguising coverages. He always finds a way to sneak, like one of those trade-off where a defensive lineman breaks off into coverage and like a safety brings the blitz. This is one of the most enigmatic defenses to prepare against if you're an offensive coordinator. But our biggest issue is how we're going to catch up offensively, because on offense, again, Brian Flores, as much as he knows how to defend against the offense, he doesn't know, the ins and outs of how offenses need to properly attack defenses. And
don't tell him that.
well, I'm just saying, just based off of how the coaching has been going, it just feels like there's more of a third concentration on the defensive side as far as how to position players exactly how they need to be positioned versus the offense. It's strange, man. But
this is a little off subject, but for me, the 2019 season, when he took Lowe's players and Home Depot players and they were making plays. No, I mean, but for real, like the reason Belichick got his credibility was that he was taking players off the street. They come in for a week, literally there for a week, and they come in and they make a game-winning stop or something, right? So when Flores was able to duplicate that, I mean, we all know he's coming from Patriots, but the other coaches just seem to miss that ability. It seems Flores has that ability to make people buy in, either by coaching them or by atmosphere around him. The guy just oozes confidence, and that's what I like about this guy. And I think especially when he goes on the phone call and he goes to Holland, I'm a safeties coach. So you better get ready.
Right.
There's a reason why he said that. He didn't say that because, he's a safeties coach. He's letting the guy know, come here and you better be ready because I'm going to put you fast. That's what I like about it.
Great coaches.
Why other Patriots, coaches, fails that they try to be the next Belichick instead of being, them.
The
next you instead of they're trying to be Belichick instead of trying to be themselves. And Flores
is being himself. I don't think he's being Belichick.
I know that's what I'm saying. I'm saying why Patricia,
Josh McDaniels, Matt Patricia, Bill O'Brien,
Bill O'Brien's that they try to be the next Belichick. They try to be too smart for their own good.
Right.
Instead of just using what Belichick taught you and just being yourselves, you don't have to be him.
Right.
Bill Belichick, right?
They're trying to catch lightning in the ball again, and you just be yourself, man.
Good for him.
All the great coaches can turn something out of nothing. I mean, if you look at basketball, Popovich, people like ex-Spoelstra, they literally take players from like the G League, developmental leagues and stuff, and they turn them into contributors, role players, even all-stars, you know what I'm saying? So the same thing with football, like guys like Bill Belichick, guys like Sean from the Saints.
Sean Payton. Mm-hmm.
Sean Payton, guys like that, and even Andy Reid. These are great coaches that could take guys and these are coaches that trust in their coaching abilities, and with their coaching abilities, they maximize these guys' talents. They try their ultimate best to make these guys reach their potential ceilings. You know what I'm saying? So
I don't know how he does it.
Something that
I don't know how he does it, but I'm just glad he does it. That's all I gotta say about that.
Right. He has his own magic potion in how he puts things together.
But think about
everybody respects him. Mm-hmm.
Andy Reid is known for two things: the long ball and having a good running back, which gives you a good lineman. Good line, I'm saying, as far as the offensive line. Anywhere he's coached, he's had that. I mean, look at the Eagles when he was the coach of the Eagles. They had a good long ball, and they had good running back.
Brian Westbrook.
And Andy Reid's always been actually really good at developing quarterbacks. Obviously, the most recent one is Patrick Mahomes. But
look at you got Alex Smith showed some flashes a couple years after San Francisco drafted him. Then he goes to KC and he puts up MVP caliber seasons, bro.
He arguably could have took him to the Super Bowl.
He's a genius, bro.
Honestly,
Andy Reid's one of my favorite coaches ever, bro.
Yeah, me too.
Oh yeah, bro.
What happened to Alex Smith and KC is Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, that was it. It was that simple.
You know what I like about him is that he's so friendly and open. You know, he's not the type to say that. Yeah. He's not the type to and there's nothing wrong with having that hard personality, but you know, he's so welcoming and just especially to a young person. Patrick Mahomes. I mean, that's something that I don't think most coaches don't know. It's just like
it's invaluable.
Yeah, you can be hard on them. You know, you want them to be good. It's good to be hard on them, but you also have to be welcoming and say, "Hey, kid."
What they call a player's coach.
Yeah, player's coach. And,
he's kind of like the opposite of Bill Belichick, right?
He knows when to not be as a player's coach. You know what I'm saying?
True. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
It's weird. That's what I think Coach Flo has. Flo is open. He's a player's coach, but man, when he wants to be serious, he'll be serious.
True, very true.
It shows in the penalty numbers, right? They're one of the least penalized teams in the NFL.
Remember when Gates came here? We was stupid when it comes to penalties. Hell yeah! It's always false start, holding. Ever since Adam, I was like, Jesus, I think it was like we were like number one in penalties one time. It was crazy, man. And then as soon as Flores gets in here, we just that number just drops dramatically, man.
You got them boys running.
Pyro, they're coming for you in the comments.
They roasting, bro.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro. Oh, classic.
Who the hell is
They ain't
this
talking to Z, man.
guy? Come on, man.
They roasting, bro.
You need to replace that D with a C, Cola.
Oh,
come on now, you get up here so we can get a gander of your voice, man. Let's hear your voice, man. Let's hear your voice.
Hey, but Pyro, I'm actually with you about how Flo
He has a Mickey Mouse voice.
That link.
y'all gonna hear stuff.
It's not my fault. You sound like a Dolphin mascot, bro.
I like man. It's freaking. Man, it's his Battlefront, bro. It gets to me.
I like it.
I'm up there screaming at these fools, man. They suck. These teams suck, bro. I quit. I backed out of 3 freaking matches, bro. They suck.
Bro, don't get me started, bro. Don't get me started, bro. Because I gotta literally on Battlefront. I literally gotta put the team on my shoulders, bro. Because they freaking suck.
Bro, my teammates suck. I mean, they always get Obi-Wan Kenobi or a freaking Anakin, and then they just die. Like, I was like, why the fuck are you guys getting these players? You don't know how to use them. Stop using these fucking players, but these fucking characters, bro.
And it gives talking about Battlefront in that game, bro.
Yeah, man. They always get Anakin and Kenobi as soon as they get the points, and they don't know how to freaking use them, bro. It sucks. I do not sound like a Dolphin.
What's up, Pyro? You're mad they didn't take Najee?
Battlefront.
Hey, to be honest, man, Dolphins are actually terrifying if you ask me, bro.
Yeah, they are, bro. You swam with them?
No, it's no way.
Never.
There is no way. Dolphins
are you
terrifying.
crazy?
They are.
Dolphins. The reason I said they're terrifying is because they're a sea creature that can interact with humans.
Isn't an orca part of that family?
Yeah.
I think orcas are
they love
yeah.
interaction with humans when they're by themselves.
Yeah,
If they're in the pod, they won't come near you at all.
But
they'll swim in between you.
That's the terrifying part about it, bro. There is no
when
sea creature.
When they're with their homies, they don't want nothing to do with you, bro.
I can't look back. I can't look back against the homies, man. I can't look back with the homies, bro. soon the homies gone, they're like, okay, what's up, man?
When you're in the water with them, bro, they are like gigantic.
I want to know how you tell a homie dolphin from a regular dolphin.
Well, one that's by himself, and the other one that's swimming pods, bro.
Yeah.
Dolphins are terrifying to me, bro.
I found a fun fact about
they talk
dolphins.
to you, bro. They talk to you.
A fun fact about dolphins: they kill great white sharks, bro.
Sharks.
Well, this is how smart they are. This is how smart they are.
kill them. They literally.
Everyone knows that, bro.
I did not know that.
That's wild.
We used to take kids to the dolphin swim.
Stop, you're carrying Martin.
There were times that the dolphins would interact with the girls, and they would just scan them with the sonar, and they would figure out that they were pregnant. And we take them back and give them the test, and the girls were pregnant. They knew when they were pregnant. The dolphins. I mean, that's
crazy.
Because like when they go around a female, and then it's like scanning them, you can see they're doing their echo, and it's like, whoa, we got to check her out. And yep, 9 out of 10 times they're pregnant.
But you know what? It's crazy that these fans always call them fish. I was like, they're not fish.
Mammals. Yeah,
I hate the squish the fish thing. It's stupid.
Yeah, I'm like, you dumb fucking Bills fan. It's a fucking mammal, idiots.
You know what I mean, bro? How stupid is? I was thinking about this the other day. How stupid is the Bills logo? They're named after Buffalo Bill.
Who kills? Buffalo?
Shouldn't the laser be coming out of their eyes going forward? I agree with you.
But if they're named after a cowboy, shouldn't it be a picture of Buffalo Bill?
Yeah.
And you know what? Buffalo Bill actually kills Buffalo too. Which is even more ironic.
Yeah. Well, it's just crazy, bro. Like, it's so stupid, dude. Obviously, the most stupidest fan base jumping through tables for no reason.
Yeah.
So their name is an oxymoron, pretty much.
Exactly, bro. Pretty much.
It's a moron.
That's why that video, that buffalo with lasers coming out of its head, like.
That shit's too funny, bro. Every time I watch this, too funny.
Bro, you know it's a logo of, I think, of it laying on his back dead with a gunshot. And then the red band is the blood coming out the buffalo. Yeah, bro, it's funny as hell. Let me see if I can
you know what I did? No, you know what I did last year? If you go back and you look on my Twitter and you find, you got to go back to when we played the Bills. I think it was the first week. Have you seen the picture of the Dolphin holding two guns?
Oh, nah.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
I had my graphic guy blend that with the picture of the dead buffalo. So it looks like, here, I'll show you. Let me find it and I'll bring it up.
You seen the one, the dolphin with the minigun on its back?
I still say the best one was when the Bears won the Super Bowl and they were playing against the Patriots, and these guys would sell them hats that they had a Patriot fucking a bear up the ass for $20. And those fuckers lost the Super Bowl that year.
I just got an email for Dolphins media availability tomorrow.
Oh.
Assistant coach and special teams coordinator Danny Crossman, co-offensive coordinator, running backs coach Eric Studesville, co-offensive coordinator, tight ends coach George Godsey,
both of them.
Offensive line coach Lemuel Jean-Pierre, quarterbacks coach Charlie Fry, and wide receiver coach John Grizzard.
That's a big day.
Oh, wow.
11 a.m.
Wow.
No nap for me in the morning. So.
I guess you're going live tomorrow, huh?
Yeah, not at night though, because Penguins game.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
The picture. Let me bring it up for you.
That's a lot of people, man, for media day. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, OTAs, man, it's coming.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that is tomorrow, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
It's gonna get real, fellas.
All right. I want to see Waddle. I mean, I want to see Tua throw to Waddle.
You're gonna see a lot of that.
I doubt it.
I would say that's gonna happen because I think it needs to be known relatively early. Y'all screwed me over last year with all these drops. I am not throwing it to
you. Yeah.
First, I'm throwing it to Waddle first.
Yeah, I know he can catch.
Just to make a point.
I have a question.
Dang.
You know how this season is 3 preseason games, right?
Yeah.
From the third to the first game this season, there's a 2-week lapse, right?
Yeah.
If I have that right. So is it still going to be the game that they play for, the third game or the second game?
Oh my God.
See, you see it. Shit's
That's
funny,
Tua
bro.
shooting Josh Allen.
Nah, that's fucking Phillips laying his ass out.
Phillips is.
So is the
That's
second
right.
game
Yeah,
going to be
that's
the
even
game,
better.
or is the
Say that
third
again.
game?
Say that again, bro.
There's a 2-week lapse from the third preseason game to the first week of the season. So
Okay.
potentially the third game could still be the game that they play hard for, right? So my question is it the
Preseason?
second game? Yeah, it's the second game they're going to play hard for, or is it the third game they're going to play hard for?
Probably
I don't
gonna be
think
the
we're
second
It's
one.
the third game.
Don't we
Still
think the
third.
Bengals the third game?
Traditionally,
game
it was
is
the third,
when
but it might be the
when they
second.
third game is when they get the most reps.
Yeah,
No, I understand,
Right.
but because there's 4,
Traditionally,
because
yeah.
there's 3 instead of 4, I thought maybe that might have changed, but I guess not because
Yeah,
it's
it
a
could.
2-week period from third to the first game.
Yeah.
So we all think the third.
Yeah, I would say that fourth preseason game that's knocked off was normally reserved for guys that were like fringe players for the
Right.
roster.
Yeah.
So now I think it's just literally going to be, that third preseason game is dress rehearsal, and you just jump right into week 1.
Good.
Yeah. All
You're
right.
not gonna have that fourth game for guys that are on the wire anymore.
Mm-mm.
I don't think so either. It's literally what are you going to do in practice throughout training camp, and then when you get your reps in the game, let's see what happens.
Well, no, the third game they have an actual game plan, Andrew. That's why I bring it up. It's important. The first half of the game.
Yes.
Sure. So it's
I
not
ain't gonna
about
lie.
beating the team. It's about executing the play.
Period. Yes.
Yep.
And that Bills logo pyro is hilarious, to be honest. Bro.
That's funny, bro.
That should be on a t-shirt when like we go to Buffalo.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness.
It's funny because I'm like,
Pete is going to come after you, bro.
They will. They'll definitely find that very offensive.
Yeah.
But who cares? It's all in good fun.
I mean,
Imagine it.
well, first of all, they started it by having the Dolphin logo into sushi or some shit like that. You remember
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
See?
Yeah, they started that shit. So fuck them.
Hey, Reezy, you've been to Buffalo games, right?
Yeah. Ton, but
How
even
is
back
it?
when like Rob Johnson was around.
Oh wow, that's 90, late 90s, early 2000s.
Come on, they had
there's
Squish the
a-
Fish.
There's
They
a
even had
ton of Dolphin fans. Like I walked like as a 16-year-old, I walked into that, and it was Ralph Wilson at the time chanting, fuck the Bills, and no one wanted to touch me because there's a bunch of Dolphin fans.
Oh shit.
So, I mean, I was getting hammered at a young age because I'd go with older buddies that were over 20. Like when I was 18, I was going with buddies that were 21. So we would stop at because we just started selling alcohol at grocery stores here in Canada, and like last year or the year before. We're not alcoholics like you guys out there. So so we would stop at a grocery store and just load up on beverages and then tailgate. Yo, honestly, a lot of cool people to tailgate with.
Yeah,
And
Buffalo fans.
some fine ass women, bro.
And Buffalo, New York.
I know. I was surprised too, bro. You drive through it, it's like the armpit of freaking the USA, bro.
Yeah, it's worse than Cleveland.
No,
Bro,
it's not worse than Cleveland. Buffalo's better than Cleveland.
I heard
Cleveland's bad.
people say it's worse than Cleveland.
You remember Marshawn? Remember when Marshawn Lynch wanted to get traded from there because there was nothing to do?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's literally nothing to do in there in the wintertime.
Yeah.
Just maybe Niagara Falls.
And the Canadian side's better.
Well, the Canadian side's better.
By 100 times, yeah.
Yeah,
I heard
way
that,
better, way better, bro. Like they
That's
come
where the
over
horseshoe balls are at, right?
they come over to our side.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah. Check this out. This is what I had my graphic guy make last year. I finally found it. Pull it up. Have you seen the one of well, there's a couple, but I'll show you the one the first one, which my guy didn't make, but I just want to see if you guys have seen this one before.
Mm.
I'll see you guys later.
All right, take it easy, bro.
All right, man. You say, bro.
Have you seen this one?
Oh Lord. Oh
Nice.
Lord.
Oh, that's a good one. And then this is what I had my graphic guy make, because these are two different logos, and he put them together for me.
That's a good one. I like that one.
Oh my goodness, man.
That does it all for you, gangster.
Gangster Dolphin. That's that homie Dolphin we were talking about, bro. Remember?
Yeah. Hoodie tour.
What does the heart say? I can't make it.
The double fin is funny.
Yeah, for legs, right?
Right.
It says mom.
Mom.
I love mom.
Oh man.
Classic, bro.
Like,
Yeah, bro.
and he's like stitched up.
That would be a classic tattoo you could get.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Bro,
Right
I might get
across
that
the chest.
tattooed on. I might get that tattooed on my arm.
Right.
with the bill on it.
No, I'll get the dolphin on my left ass cheek and the bill on my right ass cheek.
Oh man.
Classic.
As soon as we score a touchdown, you mooning the whole thing,
Just moon,
baby.
yeah.
Bro. Let one rip so it looks like dramatic death too. He rumbles to the ground.
Oh man.
Oh shit. All right, guys. Let's go through some final thoughts here. Let's start with you, Martin.
Yes. So Jevon Holland, great film session reason. Everything you highlighted was everything I was hoping you highlighted, just showing exactly what we're getting as far as versatility.
Bro, I couldn't get the all 22 of that Rose Bowl game. I had notes from the broadcast, the Wisconsin,
yes.
Oregon. There was a couple plays I wanted to highlight, but they were broadcast, so I didn't use them.
Damn, it's which is cool, but we still seen enough to say, yeah, we definitely got one of those sneaky good picks at 36. Like how you were saying, when you seen those rankings from the Jaguars big board, we basically got 4, back to back picks of starters, period. So with Jevon Holland in particular, I just see him having one of those, very, very solid rookie years as far as introducing himself to the pro football and having Xavier Howard, Byron Jones, those type of players in his DB room. I just see this kid exponentially growing into one of the better young defensive backs in the league. So, so salute to him and salute to your Turner Reeves, man. Fins up.
Yeah. And as usual, guys, I'll be clipping out and throwing up just the evaluation in itself tomorrow. Rhino, your final thoughts, buddy.
I just want to say thank you for taking the time and the effort for doing all this for us, Reason. Really appreciate it. Well, we have a good community.
Same here, man.
And you do a lot of work for our community to help us, get smarter. So thank you, you and EM and all the boys.
Appreciate it.
Guess we'll see you Monday or Tuesday. And
Tuesday.
Okay. And I think Holland, like I said earlier, I think he's going to flourish in the system. Like you said, is there another system where someone said that he would flourish under other than ours? And we're probably top of the list, right? So it's going to be nice to see. I want to see how it turns out, who's going to start, who isn't. Is that even important? I don't know. But fins up, and thanks again.
Yeah, if something breaks tomorrow, I'll be here. But yeah, I will be back Tuesday night for sure, because tomorrow night I have game 5 of the Pittsburgh Penguins series, and I have the hockey podcast I got to do. Irving, your final thoughts, bro, or your final dissertation.
Keep it tight.
Yeah. No, man, I didn't catch the Jevon Holland film breakdown. I'd probably see that later because I was busy. But we definitely got one of the better, definitely the best safety, in my opinion, in the draft. He in a few years is going to be one of the more versatile, probably one of the most, one of the smartest and one of the best ball hawks in the NFL, probably a potential All-Pro. That's what I feel. So we're very lucky to have him, man. That we could just put him up, line him up anywhere in the slot, on the boundary, as a free safety, being that center field guy. Maybe the quarterback of the defense. Hopefully he can replace Bobby McCain in that role. I feel good about the Jaguars having the similar draft board as ours. Take it as you want it. I know the Jaguars aren't the New England Patriots or anything like that, but it definitely makes you feel good when you have another team that has a similar draft board as ours. So, and highly regard the players that we got. So I'm very happy with that. Can't wait till minicamp, man, and hopefully we can get some good idea what the offensive coordinators, what they envision for this offense. So, fins up, and thanks a lot, Reason.
No problem, bro. Pyro, your final thoughts, bro.
Well, I'm agreeing with everybody. I can't wait to see what Holland brings to this team. And shouts to OTAs being, I think, tomorrow, you guys said. And that's just pretty much it, man. Because shouts to that guy who called me a Dolphin who didn't show up. I was waiting for you to come on, my friend.
Did you win a battle? Did you win a battleground match or no?
No, I quit, bro.
Oh, okay.
These players.
You're a quitter, bro.
They suck, man. Every time. We
Maybe
get blown, we get blown the hell out. I can't carry everybody on this team, man. It's literally one against what?
So you're not good enough. All right.
You tell them. You let them know, bro.
Don't worry about it. Yo lo meto, ¿oíste?
Anyway,
See.
I'm playing Ghost of Tsushima.
This guy, CCC. You classic. Alfred, your final thoughts, dude.
Well, after 50 years of watching the Dolphins, because this is my 50th year of watching them, I've seen Super Bowl teams and I've seen other teams. We finally got teams that offense is going to push the defense and the defense is going to push the offense, which is going to make our team better all the way around.
So true.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to having a good season this year.
Yeah.
And being in the playoffs for sure.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I mean, if we don't make the playoffs, I see that we didn't do a good enough job this year, if that's the case.
The only positive that can come out of not making the playoffs is if Tua shows without a shadow of a doubt he's a franchise quarterback.
Right.
But at the same time, if he does show that, we should make the playoffs.
True.
The only reason we wouldn't is if injuries kill our defense.
Yeah.
So
We stay away from the injury bug. That's
knock on wood.
Yeah.
That's
always
really
a bad thing.
Yeah. So yeah, third phase, right? It starts tomorrow, May 24th. Nice. Tomorrow is also, I have like a whole bunch of family stuff going on because it's Victoria Day out here in Canada. So yeah, traditional OTAs, full speed, no contact, in-person and virtual meetings, and mandatory mini camp from May 24th to June 18th. It all begins tomorrow, guys. So
if any of these are actually open to the public?
I do not think they are.
Well, that sucks because I'm here in Fort Lauderdale and I have the time off.
You know what?
Call tomorrow.
You know what, bro? I don't think they're going to be. I think the Dolphins now. I think if similar rules are in place as last year, and we all know the Green Bay Packers were breaking those rules, other teams are breaking the rules and letting guys like film and stuff like that. I think they're going to lock it down as much as they can. I really think
this year I wouldn't mind them doing
it
this year, only because they got a new playbook. So we don't want that coming out.
And you know what, Alfred? I wouldn't want to show people what I have with my wide receiver corps.
That's what I'm getting at. I don't want them to see when we're going to throw Will Fuller and Waddle up at the same time at them.
And my offensive line. I wouldn't want to show off my offensive line.
Right. Correct. But then you're going to show that off in preseason.
Yeah, I have a quick question. When will the new practice facility be open?
Good question.
I have no idea.
Should be by training camp, I think.
Yeah, but isn't that indoor?
Yeah, it is.
No, they have both indoor and out.
No, they have both. Yeah, they had two
Yeah,
fields on the
yeah.
outside, and then they
Yeah,
had
outside
indoor
field,
bubble.
Indoor.
Yeah.
I mean, I had season
Very
tickets
nice.
the first year they had Joe Robbie Stadium opened.
Well, hold on. At JRS with the new facilities, they also have a bubble now too at the new place.
No,
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
not no bubble. It's like a building.
It's a building. It's inside.
No, it's a big building. Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah,
That's
it's nice,
Very
bro.
nice.
Nice building.
I know it's
Like-
Texas Stadium.
Like
That's all I know.
you can tell on hot days they're going to be inside, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Well, the one thing I also don't want to see is a game postponed because of a hurricane. That would screw us up big time.
Then look out because Jalen Phillips is hitting the field. this year. Unless I check, he's a Miami Hurricane, baby. All right. I will be back Tuesday, guys. If something breaks, I'll be back in the day tomorrow. But yeah, I will be back on Tuesday for sure. Like I said, if something breaks tomorrow in the day, I'll be here because the night I will be occupied with family stuff and the hockey game. No one's allowed to bother me during the hockey game. So, and that includes all of you. So, yeah, I will definitely be back Tuesday. I will be back Thursday as well. And if my series goes to game 7, then that means instead of Friday night, I will be dropping my Liam Eichenberg because he's next up prospect preview probably on Sunday again. So just to give Larry the Saturday to himself, and I'll want the Saturday myself anyways, right? So, all right, boys, and gals, I will see all of you on Tuesday night at the latest. Until next time, stay happy, healthy, safe, and blessed. Fins up, baby.
Peace.